the target from there, you want bloody shooting!
But how do you react, though, when someone, you know, from your playing staff comes in and says, boss, I think you're doing this wrongly?
Good. Well, I ask him which way he thinks it should be done. We get down to it, and then we talk about it for 20 minutes, and then we decide I was right.
First of all, I think we've got more skillful players than you to take corners, and secondly, you're one of the best in the club. Get in there. That's what I pay you for.
Well, we got like an impromptu, what do you call it? Fucking hell, where is it? Watch along. And it's going to be Brighton against Crystal Palace. So, I'll tell you what, I'm going to change that as well. I'm actually going to change that. Let's have... Yeah, thank you, Steve Cooper. I've had that one on for two streams now, so we're gonna have good luck Nuno. There you go. Let's move on and see how we go when Nuno takes over. I mean, he's already done like a few. What do you call it? Yeah, I can't even fucking speak. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. He's already done a few like training sessions and things like that. So, you know, hopefully that's going well for him. Let's get this game on. Again, just let me know if you can hear it. I don't want it on Sky, to be honest. Let me take it off Sky. Fuck you, Sky. Fuck you, man. Fuck Sky, mate. Boycotting Sky. We're going to go with something else. I'm not going to say what, because I'll probably get cancelled. But anyway. Right, okay. So, got a watch along for Brighton and Crystal Palace. Let's get this code in here. Big up to everybody. I can't see anybody, but, you know, big up to you if you are there. Best way to do it. It's like a Ouija board, isn't it? If you are there, knock on the door. If you are there, leave a message. And all that kind of stuff. Right, okay, so we've got the game on now. There's nearly 10 minutes gone because I'm bloody late with this one because it was like just a last minute thing. And here we go. Let's have a look on the restream. Let's try and get it on the bloody tablet as well. How you doing, Malaflossie? If anybody wants to come on, you can. Not by side. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Looking forward to the game on Saturday. Is it Saturday? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, looking forward to the game on Saturday. Unfortunately for you guys, I think there's going to be like this. I can't see it any other way than the being, because the thing is for me is like if there isn't a major change in the way the players play, the fans are going to go mental. They're already going mental that we've got rid of Cooper. So if the next game we lose, mate, it's just going to go crazy. A draw, they might be all right with that. I don't know. We'll have to see on that one. But I don't know. I just think the way they're feeling at the minute, Cooper was too soon. But I don't think so personally. But at the end of the day, you've got to do it for the rot sets in, and I think that's what would have happened. maybe Cooper could have got a result. I don't. I'll be honest. I don't see it. I don't see us get. We would have got a result against Bournemouth. We may not still get a result against Bournemouth, but it's new horizons now. So let's just get over the Cooper thing. To be honest, I mean, some Forest fans just get with the club, man. The club makes a decision and the owner makes a decision. Just respect that. All good here, fella. Hope you are. Watch a bit of your Warcraft stream, but couldn't type. Yeah, no worries, man. I mean, I enjoyed that. Good 4 hours stream. Mate came on, Macalai, and helped me out with one of the instances. So, yeah, it was all good fun. It's a decent game, actually. They've just released like a new thing, Season of Discovery. So you can all over the place. There's like different rooms and stuff like that give you different skills. It's quite good actually. It's quite good. But yeah, if anybody wants to jump on, they can. I have no issue with that. I'm just kind of watching this. I'm not really taking that much notice of it, to be honest. I've done my fucking thumbnail totally wrong. I've done it. I've actually got the Brighton ground on it, and I've actually got Brighton as the home team. So yeah, that's what it's like being a YouTuber. You fuck shit up. But I mean, I ain't got the thumbnail on it yet. Anyways, well, I think I have actually, but I'll have to change that because I mean, I tell you what, Brighton's ground's quite nice. I mean, even though we're not playing at it, but you know. It is actually quite a nice ground if you look at that picture what I've put on my thumbnail. It's really nice ground, actually. They need to start moving up and doing something good, to be honest. I mean, they've had some good players, to be fair, you know. So, I mean, they really need to sort of get that sorted out and work on that. Right, okay, so we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, so that's all sorted out. I'll be listening, but got a few jobs to do. Quick, be right back. Yeah, no problem, buddy. No problem at all. You do what you've got to do, man, and I will see if I can send out the invites to people who may want to come on. Let me know, Mama Flossie, if you want to jump on. It's entirely up to you, of course, as always. I've dropped the stream to Jez, so he can jump on at some point if he wants to. He's out at the moment, so probably not yet. I'll drop it to Anthony Herbert if he wants to come on. Entirely up to him. Drop it to Dal if he wants to come on. Entirely up to him. Can have like 10, so it's gonna be mad. It's gonna be mad though at 10. But I'll drop the streams to everybody. Early doors. Op fours. Where's op fours gone? Op fours. There we go. How many people have I dropped it to now? There's a fair few, to be honest. Fair few. I've just dropped it to. Drop it to Tony. Oh no, I don't know actually. Has he been live on thingy or has he just done private streams? I can't remember. Well, I'll have to sort that out with Tony Ibarra, see how he goes with that. But yeah, I mean, so far in the game, it's not really. Well, I haven't seen a lot of it, to be honest. Stop telling lies. Brighton have got the ball in the defence. They're pretty much in the centre of the pitch. Crystal Palace basically look a bit low blockish, to be honest. Ball over for Brighton. They've got it now in the box. That's the problem with the low block, though. I mean, you've got that low block and they just put a ball straight. Oh, my days. Just put a ball straight over the top. Brighton in the box still on the left-hand side. Plays it back to Dunk. Dunk now coming in. Plays it to the defender in the middle. Dunk's got the ball. Plays it again to his defence. Palace are just basically sitting back and looking for the counter. I mean, if that's if the low block's their style, then Cooper probably would be the perfect fit. To be fair, I don't think you can argue with that. Crystal Palace managed to challenge the ball, but then the ball goes across. I don't think, you know what, a player like Elise, though, I don't think he's going to be happy with that kind of thing, do you? Elise is a quality forward. So I can't see him being happy with doing, playing like a low block style and stuff like that. I think he might be going to Man City. I don't know what you guys think. But I think he might be going to Man City at some point. Right. Well, I think probably maybe Wolfie is going to be at work. Fuzz may be at work as well. The other guys, I'm not sure because I don't know if they've got any channels or any shows going on or anything like that. So we've got to sort of look into that. Actually, I'll tell you who I'll send it to as well. Mr. Anthony Claude Gunner, if he wants to come on. Because I'm sure he'd like to grill me about what's going on at Forest. So I'll drop him the link as well, just in case he wants to jump on. Nearly 20 minutes gone. Brighton again, just pressuring Crystal Palace. Oh, they got a chance here. Oh, good save. Wow. And another shot. Oh, I don't know. That went miles away, I think. See, that's the problem with the low block. It's all right doing a low block, but when you leave that much space for somebody on the right hand side, and I think that's what we do a lot as well, to be honest. I mean, it's all right having a low block and all that kind of thing, but your fullback has gone forward and he's just left the Adingra, and Adingra scores as well. So that's quite a weird one, to be honest. Get crazy tactics there. If he was just all on his own, he should have finished it, really. Good shot, though. Good save, I mean, from the keeper. Is Brighton again. Palace kick it long. Palace got the ball now in the centre, trying to get it to Edward, but no, that's taken off him. Brighton looking the better side, to be honest, going down the left-hand side. Matoma, oh no, he had to keep it in, so he lost the ball. Back to Brighton again. Brighton are starting to pass the ball around well and find spaces and things like that. So, like that, like I say, low block's all right, but I think you have to have another thing. If it's not working, you have to have something else to turn to. I don't know if Santo will have that, but I suppose we'll just have to see. It's all a wait and see at the minute where Forest are concerned. But I've sent all the links out. If anybody wants to come on, you can. Hey, in the building, how you all doing? Hope everyone's well. Welcome to the cave. Big up to you guys. Absolutely big up to you from the Yeti. And Crystal Palace now got the ball on the left-hand side, trying to get the ball up the field. It's not good. It's straight back to Brighton again. Brighton got the ball now, pressing about the defence. Adingra taking on the fullback. The fullback wins the ball. Nice, to be honest. Hughes has got the ball now. Mr. Barcelona for Derby County. Yeah, that went well, didn't it? Mr. Barcelona, and he ends up at Crystal Palace. Yeah. All right, and Derby. All right, then. Calm down. Calm down. Right, okay, so Palace free kick. Pass it all the way back to the goalkeeper, to the right back, left back. I don't know. Why do I never know my left and right on the foot? And Palace still got the ball. Palace starting to come into the game a little bit more. Not really threatening anything up front though. Just passing the ball around the defence. Brighton's pressing. Palace now with a ball into the centre. Terrible from Elise, I mean. That's not like Elise, to be honest. But I mean, Eze might be another one that's going to Man City. I think Elise might be going to Man City, and I think Eze might be going to Man City, which would be massive fuck up for Palace. Because they are two really good players that can pull anything out of the hat. Back to the Brighton keeper. Brighton playing it around in the defence, plays it out to the left-hand side. Another ball into the middle, nice. Back down the left-hand side. Matoma trying to run at the defence, but he's taken out. Elise now on the right-hand side. Coming down the field, lovely pass. Back to Elise on the right-hand side. This guy's capable of something amazing. He's trying to get in on his left foot, but he can't. He's trying to take the guy on. No, tries a cross. It's the Brighton defender. And it stays with him. Still got it on the right-hand side. Elise again. Taib, yeah, how's it going? Hope you enjoyed your game earlier. Yeah, man. Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. How you doing anyway, mate? Good to see you again. Thanks for dropping in. Hoping to get a fair few onto the channel tonight, if I can. I've dropped the stream to a lot of people. Wouldn't expect anybody to just go onto the stream and go live unless they're actual YouTubers. If you want to do any work on cam or anything like that, not like OnlyFans, I ain't that kind of guy. But if you want to do any of that kind of work, we could do private streams. Got no problem with that. Taib says, I'm good, mate. Good stuff, man. That's what we need. That's what we need, everybody to be good. This is very much a stalemate game at the moment. Not really a great deal going on with it. Back to the Crystal Palace keeper. Trying to take on the Brighton player on the left-hand side. Oh, it's nice tackles going in, but that's going to be a foul. Don't think it was, to be fair, but you know, it has been seen as a foul. Big up, Wolfgang, mate. Come on if you want. Thanks for the invite. We'll jump on if I finish working time. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries, man. You know, it's always open. Invited Tony Claude, Jez, Hot Fours, Early Doors, Anthony. Going for a big like load of people on the stream tonight. So I can have about 10. So that's all good. And if you, I mean, I'm not sponsored by Restream, but if you basically sign up to Restream, they give you like a $10 credit, and if you use the credit to get the to sign up with them, then basically it's going to cost you £10.27 at the minute for a month, and it'll basically cost you about £5 for a month. Streaming on it for a month, which is pretty good. Red Bull Vodka, how you doing, man? Hope you're good, buddy. Christmas is a killer. Yeah, it is in retail, mate. Man, I can remember when I used to work Christmas retail. Oh my days. I used to hate it, man. I used to hate it. I can remember once a fire alarm went off, and I said to this old lady, you know, the fire alarm's gone off, you need to get out. And she was like, oh, well, I ain't got all my shopping. I only need one more thing. And I was like, look, if the place is on fire, the one more thing don't matter, really. Think about your life, not the fact that you ain't got a packet of pork scratchings or whatever it is your last thing is. Mental, man. Absolutely mental. Some people are crazy, man. Yeah, big up Red Bull vodka and Yahoo! Absolutely, man. Sucks, bro. Got all the donuts, all temp, stupid bunch. Yeah, mate. I honestly, I used to hate. I mean, I worked at Sainsbury's, man, and oh my days. I mean, the only fun I actually had at Sainsbury's is I kept ringing the customer service for the tannoy and giving them like Simpsons things like Seymour Butts, my cunt. My cunt come to the can my cunt come to the customer service desk and all this that and the other. That's hilarious. That was actually I did it to the canteen. Has anybody seen my cunt? You know, brilliant. I got fucked up with it though once. I did it when there was like a load of general managers turned up for like a review, and I didn't realise. And I can't remember which one I did then. I think it was only a normal one, like IP freely. And the manager went fucking nuts, man. He went fucking nuts. So funny, man. Yeah, hey, would you blow me? Yeah, absolutely. I used to do all that sort of stuff. I just didn't realise all the general managers was in. But I mean, I didn't care either, to be fair. But you know, just that was just always the laugh where you just like got got the customer, and you could tell sometimes you could tell with the customer service that all of a sudden twig when they were saying the names, and it was hilarious, absolutely hilarious. There is a fire, but one more thing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, that's spot on, isn't it? That is absolutely spot on. That's what she did. There's a fire, but one more thing. That's fucking class. That's absolutely class. Bro, just what started work after spending a lot of my cryptos, and they send us home early for 6 days. Well, I mean, can't fault that, really, can you? Can't fault that. Good evening, gentlefolk. Job's done. You have undivided attention now. 100%, man. Cheers for that. Appreciate it. Hey, would you blow me? Absolutely. Well, no, I wouldn't blow you. I mean, I don't mean in that respect. But, you know, I ain't blowing Robocop. Sorry. Love you to bits, Wolfie, but I won't be blowing Robocop, I'm afraid. Merry Christmas at Long-Haired Yeti's Cave. Exactly the same to you, man. Exactly the same to you. Sai says yo yo Wolfie, and Wolfie says yo. Yeah, big up to all of you. Thank you for coming in. I really respect it. And see where the game is at the moment. Right, so you got Brighton just outside the box, just passing it around to the right wing. Nice ball, or we might have a cross here. Oh no, no! Crystal Palace player just threw himself to the floor there. He's got the foul though. Yeah, he got the foul. Nuno don't and any press conference yet. What's the feeling? Yeah, he did one. He did one earlier. He said all the see. Thing is, right? I don't know about you guys, but I hate when a manager comes on and just starts going, "Oh, I respect this club. This club's won European cups and they've got a lot of history, and you've got to live up to Brian Clough and all that kind of stuff." Just shut up, man, and just do your job. You know, it's like the same spiel from every single person. It's like we know what we've done, we know what we are, and all this kind of stuff. You don't need to go into all the history and stuff like that. Just go and just do a job. Just do a job and put your own name in Forest Lights. You know what I mean? Don't talk shite. And that's he said basically Bournemouth are a really good team, which you know is not wrong to be fair. And you know, and what he's expecting from the players and all that kind of thing. He said pretty much the same thing as what I would have expected. I just hope the fans are clever enough not to sing for Steve Cooper because that ain't fair. because at the end of the day, it's not down to Nuno that Steve Cooper's gone. It's a decision out of his hands. He's just took the job on afterwards. You know what I mean? What a Christmas treat that would have been. Robo Blow. Yeah. I don't think you're going to get away from that RoboCop thing now, mate, to be honest with you. I think it's like my one more thing. It's just like, you've got RoboCop now. So that's your claim to fame. Nuno done any press conference? Yeah, I watched it earlier. Some of the questions I thought was like, how do you feel about Steve Cooper being fired and you taking over? I thought that was a bit harsh, to be honest, because, like I say, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. He's just a manager. He's just took on a job. He's got nothing to do with the Steve Cooper era. You know what I mean? Just let it go. Just let it go. Some things work out, some things don't, and that's it. You know? Yeah, nice to respect Steve, but his time has gone now. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We still talk about Brian Clough, and we'll still talk about Steve Cooper in the same vein. Not in the absolute same vein, but we'll still talk about him as in what he's done for this club, and we need to just leave it there. I mean, there was one person, the song that we sing, Stevie Cooper, he hates the Leicester, he hates the Derby, Forest of Magic. And somebody put a song in there, Nuno Santo, he hates the Forest, he hates the Forest, twat. He hates the Leicester, he hates the Derby, Forest of Magic. And I thought, well, you don't want to be singing that. I mean, that's, it's a Cooper song. Leave it as a Cooper song. Don't just add Nuno Santos to it, because that's not fair. It's not fair. You're just stuck now. Road up, just stuck now. It is, mate. You're right. Bournemouth are underestimated, and Solanke doing good. Yeah, Bournemouth are underestimated. Absolutely, Robo Wolfie. Yeah, 100%, 100%, man. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. You know what? The best thing about YouTube, I think, is when you get something that's just yours. Do you know what I mean? And you've got that now with RoboCop. I've got that now with just one more thing. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's when you get that kind of thing, I think it's always a good thing, because it's just something that it's very catchy and something that people can keep saying and stuff like that. So I always think that's kind of like, not that you've made it, but you've made some kind of impression, which I think is what we all want to do to a point. Rebel Vodka, you right? Bournemouth underestimated. Yeah, I'm reading the correction. Smash the likes, absolutely. Smash the likes, guys. Subscribe. I'll subscribe to you as well. Sorry, duplicated message though. I deleted the first one. Yeah, I've seen it, mate. The thing is, when you delete them, they still come up on the chat, which is weird. Same as when a mod blocks a comment, I can still see it and put it up on the chat. Come quietly, or there will be trouble. Yeah, absolutely. We made our marks. Yeah. Well, I mean, we have 100%. And yeah, gotta have a catchphrase or hook. If you know, you know. Exactly, 100%. I have plenty. Same here, mate. There'll be plenty more coming out at some point, and 100% there'll be plenty more coming out at some point. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Just sort of like getting a rememberable. Is it rememberable? Memorable. Not forget the re. Memorable thing. And we're all doing great things. I mean, you had that guy on yesterday, Leroy, who was absolute quality. I thought he was absolutely awesome. You had the bantamweight champion on, which again was absolutely awesome. We all just do our own thing. We don't tread on anybody's toes. We just do our own thing and create our own thing, where it's gaming or talking football or anything like that. We're not about trying to tread on anybody's toes, not about trying to steal anybody's stuff or whatever like that. We're different, man. We're different. And we just do our own thing. And if people like it, then great. If they don't like it, then, whatever. Uh, Catch you later back to work. Yeah, take care, man. Have a good few hours, buddy. If you want to jump on later, then jump on if I'm still on. I've done 4 hours on World of Warcraft, so I should still be on. I'm on the bear now, so I'll probably still be on. Memorable, low. Just one more thing. Yeah, Leroy is a class guy. He is. He's a sound guy. He's absolutely sound. He's absolutely sound. I mean, there is something I want to talk to you about actually, but we'll do it. We'll do a private stream, but it's not anything about you. It's about somebody else. But we'll do a private stream at some point. Maybe are you off tomorrow, or are you just working left, right, and centre now till Christmas? Oh dear. Oh man, Brighton just got looked like a foul at the end on the right hand side now. Coming down, I don't know off these players to be honest, but coming down the right hand side, Palace has got it. Palace are playing very. I tell you what, if Cooper actually takes over Palace, I think it'd be a perfect replacement because they pretty much play exactly the same way that we do. Watching this, they play exactly the same way. They've just got a banker four, low block. It's pretty much exactly the same tactic, so I can see why they want Cooper. I'm not sure whether. I mean, Palace have always been an exciting kind of attacking team. Here goes Elise. He's managed to win the ball. He's running down the middle, plays it to the right hand side. The ball in was terrible, straight to the goalkeeper. Yeah, ball in was terrible, straight to the goalkeeper. But you can see why they're actually looking at Cooper. I don't think he'll take Cooper long to get another job, to be honest. And I think to be quite honest, if Cooper loves Forest as much as he says he does, and Nuno hits the ground running and really gets us going, I think Cooper will be happy, will be all right with that. He's not going to be happy with it, but if it don't work, it don't work. It's just simple as that. Thank you for everything you've done, but we've just kind of moved on now. And he weren't getting on with Marianakis anyway. Oh, beautiful shot there from Brighton. Pascal Gross, I think. Great save as well. Low block, spread the midfield out too. Yeah, he's just. I tell you what, he looks so reminiscent of what we play. I wish we'd have kept Henderson though. I'll be honest. I think one of the biggest mistakes that Cooper made is, well, I mean, I don't know about Cooper, but Forest in general was we got rid of Anderson and got two goalkeepers, which I mean we don't know much about the Greek guy yet, but Turner's awful, man. He's fucking awful. Some of the stupidness that guy does is just ridiculous. The goal for Kulusevski. I mean, you couldn't put it more on a plate if you tried. And he puts it in with his right foot. And he's not a right footed player. But you can't miss from there. It's just ridiculous. Put it in row Z, man. Just put it in row fucking Z. That really pisses me off with football nowadays. Defenders always try and play the way out of situations. And any manager worth a salt should just be saying, put it in row Z. Defenders have never really been known for their skill, have they? they've never really been known for their skills. They're known for their intelligence of what to do in certain situations. Tony Adams, those kind of defenders. Do you know what I mean? They've always been known for doing that. And the defenders now are just like so intent on being the next skillful defender. And sorry, big up to you, Dal, mate. I sent you the link if you want to jump on. It's entirely up to you, man. Thanks for coming in on the second stream of the day. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, if you wanna jump on, man, you can. Oh, here we are. We got a first guest. Here we go. Is Jezza. How you doing, man?
All good,
You
man.
alright?
All good.
Nice one, mate. Well, I thought I'd do this watch along and just chill out sort of thing. It seems a pretty decent game to be fair, but just have to wait and see. How are you anyway, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, a weird thing today. Went out to get in my car, and normally just have the key fob thing in your pocket. You put your hand on the door handle, and it opens up. Wouldn't have it. I went, that's odd. So I was pressing the buttons, unlock. No, okay. So I thought, I'll change the battery then. So I changed the battery, went out, same story.
Right.
Oh, fucking hell, what's going on here? So get in the car, it's an automatic. So I put my foot on the brake, press the stop start button, and it came up on the display. Put this on the start stop button and press. Did that, engine started. Oh, fair enough.
Right.
So I turned the engine off again, put my foot on the brake, same story. So I thought, what the fuck's going on? Never had this before. So anyway, I started it again, drove to the shops, went in, didn't lock the car. Because to get in, I had to pull. You've got this like manual. Oh, come here, you fucker.
Did you have like a display where it tells you what the problem is? Did it say like because you ain't got 2 stars, you can't start the car?
What it said was place that on the start stop button, and then press the start stop button, which I did. But to get in, I had to use this key, right?
Right.
To put it in, pull a cap off, put this in, unlock the thingy bob. Anyway, so I drove to the shop, didn't lock it, went in, got what I wanted, came back out. I thought, put my foot on the brake, right? Press the start stop button. It started. I thought, what the fuck? So I turned it off, put my foot on the brake, pressed the start stop, it started. So I drove home, right? Get home, turn the engine off, right? Oh, Palace has scored.
Not surprised. What is the goalie doing there?
And then the same story. I'm sat there in my car, put my foot on the brake, start stop button, wouldn't start. So I had to do the same thing. Put this fob on the start stop button, press it. I thought, I don't know, I'll drive round the corner. So I drove round the corner, stopped, turned the engine off, right? Put my foot on the brake, pressed the button, it started. So I thought, what is going on? Drove round, went to another place, somewhere else, stopped, turned the engine off, put my foot on the brake, pressed the start stop, it started.
Oh my days.
So I then drove round the block about a mile, came back behind on the driveway. And my neighbour next door must have thought, what's going on? Because he was sat in his van, right? And I stopped, put it into park, turned the engine off, put my foot on the brake, wouldn't start. So I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on here? I ain't got a clue. I haven't got a clue what's happening here because it will work everywhere else Now, I hadn't tried locking it when I've been out anywhere else, but if need be, I'll have to take it to Lexus, and that'll cost a bloody fortune.
Do you think it might be to do with because you've never won anything in Europe?
Could be. Yeah.
Might be, eh?
It
It might be.
It could be, yeah.
Si says, careful, Jez. That sounds like someone Wi-Fi hacking your motor to me. Not that I know a lot. Might be Pete Haywood.
Well, the thing is, with the wife and I, because she's got a Lexus and I've got one, and we keep our keys, these fob things, in a lead box.
Hmm.
Right, we keep them in a lead box, so you can't like get them because I don't know. It's weird, man. I mean, I thought about that, and the wife said, "Oh, maybe somebody's trying to get the key code." I said they can't because we keep them in a lead box.
You thought it was because you hadn't won in Europe?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think that's the problem. The car's saying "fuck you, Jez. You ain't one in Europe. You can piss off."
Car's like, I want a new owner. I want a forest owner.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just winding me up because I'm thinking, well, if it works everywhere else, why is it not working there?
That's bizarre, isn't it? That is.
I've never ever
really
had a problem with that car ever.
Nah, that's crazy.
Weird, but I'll get to the bottom of it tomorrow. I just hope.
Yeah, it sounds a bit weird, but they're all electronic, aren't they, nowadays? I mean, I don't drive, so I mean, I don't really have any opinion on what it might be. But I know a lot of the cars now are electronic.
No, that thing's got everything electronic. It's madness.
Yeah. Well, it's all down to the fact that beforehand everyone could fix their own cars by getting them car books, and you
start on that car.
Yeah.
Before, I mean, I used to look after all my own cars as a kid when I was young, but no, you can't do that now. You have to take it to the garage.
That's it. Well, that's how they've set it up, isn't it? So you're always paying.
Well, all they do is plug a computer into it.
Yeah.
And then they go tip, tip, tap, and it will tell you what the problem is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, thanks very much, Jez. That'll be about 900 quid.
Yeah, 100%. And that's you've just nailed it there, mate. That's what it's all about. It's all about they can, instead of you being able to fix your own car, you've got to take it to the garage because it's an electronical thing and it's a computerized thing. So you're not going to be able to. Well, I mean, I remember back in the day, we used to buy my dad, like, whatever car he had. We used to buy him them Haynes manuals.
Oh, Haynes manual, yeah.
Yeah, and he would just sit there looking at that.
Yeah,
God knows how long, you know what I mean? And oh, I know what it is. It's the shock absorber or it's something like that. And then he'd go out and fix it and stuff. And the way they've made it now is all the newer cars with the electricals and all that kind of stuff is you can't do it. And a lot of the time, if you do mess about with it to try and do it, you'll fuck it up even more. And, it's bullshit, mate. It's all about the money, isn't it? Side says, hey, okay, cool. I know there's a lot of it about this these days. I mean, that's the worst part about it for me because if you've got hackers, they can actually get into that kind of thing because it's a computerized thing, which to me is quite scary. Because if somebody who knows how to hack and all that kind of stuff has a problem with you, they could just shut your brakes off.
It's a scary thing.
Crazy, man.
It is. I mean, last week it was due a major service, so I took it in, booked it in. I knew the brakes needed doing, and I said, look, I know the brakes need doing, so can you do the discs and the pads? And it was quite a reasonable price. What wasn't a reasonable price is on the bill. They serviced it, right, which is fine. I've got a service plan which I pay for monthly, right? So it's not over the year. It's not a bad thing. But on the bill, it came up discs, pads replaced. Yeah, lovely. I knew roughly the cost. That's fine. What I didn't know is they charge you £150 to program your your pad sensors.
Oh my days.
Because when they change the discs and pads, they change the pad depth sensor things, you know, it tells you
Yeah.
getting thin. £150 to program it.
Wow. It's always about the money, man. So it's always about the money in it. At the end of the day, that's why they've come up with these new cars. That's why people want to keep the old kind of cars on the road and all that kind of thing. But it always comes down to the money. Si says, get Aiden's manual, set of spanners, and you're golden. Yeah, that's where it used to be. Not that way
I
now.
used to do that.
Yeah. So
I
I
used
says,
to have all
can't get
that.
insured on a Range Rover anymore. Too many getting pinched due to the ease of hacking the keyless fob. Fucking bizarre, isn't it? AFC always says, Yeti and Jez, big up. Yeah, big up to you, AFC always. Second stream today, and you've been in both of them. Thank you so much. I do really appreciate that. And Si says, AFC. Jez, I've just got to nip to the loo, mater. So it's the Jez takeover.
No worries, man. No worries. And I mean, talking about cars, it's very frustrating nowadays because all these modern cars, you can't really do anything yourself. I mean, last year when I had it serviced, I had to have all the 6 spark plugs changed. I went, yeah, okay, you got to go with it. That's fine. Yeah, that's part of it. Then they tell you it's £540 for 6 spark plugs. And I said to the guy, are they made of gold? And he went, no, they got these. It's not like the old-fashioned spark plug now. They got these 4 things on it, electrodes and all that. That's where you get this, that, and bollocks bullshit. And we have to program the spark plugs into your ECU for the fuel efficiency, da. And I was thinking, this is an absolute rip-off. Absolute rip-off, because that means I can't. Yeah, I mean, I've got the tools to do it. I can change the bloody spark plugs. I ain't got a problem doing it. I used to do it years ago. But that means I can't anymore because then I don't have the technology to program the bloody spark plugs into the computer. I mean, what is that about?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when I had Capris and other vehicles of that ilk, I used to have the Haynes manuals.
Yeah.
I used to do all the oil changes. I used to change my own brake pads and things like that, spark plugs, the points in distributors, everything. You know, now you can't do it now.
No, well, that's how they made it, isn't it? So that you always have to pay. You've got whenever there's an issue. That's what they do with a load of things where you're always going to have to pay for it. AFC always says, "Yeah, can my day get any worse? First, it was a car broken down, and now I just had to chase a smackhead from my back garden. Oh my days! No, I don't think your day can get any worse. I mean, your day can get better if you catch him and smack him in the head. That would be the best way to do that." Anthony Herbert, big up, and Jez, hope you're well. Big up to you, Anthony Herbert. I've sent you the link, mate, if you want to jump on. It's entirely up to you. Is it the first time you've been on my channel, or was you on the other day? I mean, that shows what my memory's like nowadays, but anyway. So I says, my mum's new motor, you lift the bonnet and you can't see anything. It's all boxed in plastic. And a dipstick, the oil's on the sensor, something else to go wrong. Yeah, they've just set it up so that you can't fix them yourself anymore. So you've got no choice but to go to the garage and give them money.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's what it's all about.
I totally agree with what Si says. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can do on my car is I lift the bonnet up. It's all covered in plastic crap. Check the oil, check the level of the water, right, and check the washer fluid. But you don't really need to do that because it all comes up on the display telling you what's low.
Yeah.
But I do it anyway. I do it because I like doing it.
Mm.
I don't trust everything in technology.
No,
Like,
no.
like to sit myself, oh, right, what's the oil? Right, yeah, okay, it's good. But, if that sensor goes wrong, you blow your bloody engine up, don't you?
100%. I mean, Anthony Herbert says, yeah, Ian Jers, what is your prediction on the game? I'm going 2-1 Palace. Well, to be honest, I mean, that throw out from Anderson there, I'm getting a little bit tired of it, to be honest. Just Rose the fucking thing. You know what I mean? Back in the day, and Jez will understand this, and you'll probably understand this as well. Back in the day, good defenders, good goalkeepers just rosette it. They don't try and play through it. They don't try and play pretty passes and all that kind of stuff. They just rosette it. And nowadays, they're just trying it. Like Turner the other day for us. What is he doing? What is he doing? Seriously.
Yeah. Totally agree with you. I had this discussion on Monday night. It was Lee, Kenny, and I on the weekly podcast, and it was a good point that Lee brought up. Is the fact that we don't have out and out that technical players anymore.
No,
if you can run for 90 minutes and you're a fast runner, that's your credibility.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a discussion about how many out and out strikers do you see in the Premier League now? I mean, all three of us sat there and said, well, basically, the only ones I can really think of out and out striker is Haaland. Because Salah used to bang a few, but I wouldn't call him an out and out striker.
No, I wouldn't either.
It's not like the players we used to have back in the day where you could actually say that guy's a striker.
Yeah.
And you'd say, well, he's a good number 9 or number 10. But
it's mental, isn't it? I mean, Bargab says terrible giveaway Brighton. It was ridiculous. It infuriates me. It really does infuriate me. It's same as the Newcastle goal yesterday. All Badiashile has to do is put in Rosette instead of actually trying to do some stupid stuff and then losing a goal. I mean, I don't understand how any manager is happy with that kind of thing. I know me personally, I'd just say put in Rosette. It's going to be a throw in, but whatever, you still not got a goal scored against you, and that's the main thing. Evening all, how you doing, Mama Flossie? Big up to you. If you want to come on, you can. It's just a chat, really. It's a watch along, but it's also I want to get as many people on as I can. I've sent loads of street links out and stuff like that, so we just have a general good chat. To be honest, Evening Legends by Oregon Goon. How you doing, Dal? Second time on here on my channel for today. So big up to you, man, every time. And you've got the link as well if you want to jump on. And big time for that. And what do you think about this Santo appointment, anyway, Jess?
That what?
About us appointing Nuno Santo and getting rid of Cooper.
I think you need a change, man.
I agree.
I think you've done your time with your Cooper, and I think you get the man. It's the classic, isn't it? You'll get the new manager bounce. And let's get it right. He's not a bad manager.
No, I don't think so. He's one I wanted. He's one I wanted a long time ago when we was in the Championship. I wanted him, but I thought, he's not going to come down to the Championship.
I think you'll get a bonus out of him. You need it right now because you're not really on ball. You're misfiring in a few places of the team. So
we're not pushing on, and I mean, and it's like I'm reading a lot of things from Forest fans saying that they're going to sing Steve Cooper songs on Saturday and stuff like that. Well, you ain't going to help the team then, are you? That makes absolutely. Look, we love Steve Cooper. Yeah. We love Brian Clough. We love Brian Clough for different reasons. Yeah. Steve Cooper is was on the verge of that kind of philosophy, and we would have all loved him to actually go on and do that, get us into Europe, get us challenging for titles and all this that, and the other. But sometimes it just does not work like that. So at the end of the day, get behind your new manager and stop being a fucking dickhead. Think about the team, not the fucking manager. Managers and players go. So stop focusing on managers and players. They all can go at the end of the day. So I says completely agree with that comment Lee made, Jez. Everyone is a utility, multi-purpose player now. Centre backs that play midfield, left backs, right backs need to be wingers, etc. No one specialises in one position anymore. No, I agree.
Yeah,
I don't mind the right back, left back being you doing the crossover and crossing the ball and all that. I don't mind that, but then we're going too crazy where a centre back's got to be able to play with a ball and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it just come on, man. It's a simple game.
It is a simple game. It's a very simple game. But the problem is we've got managers nowadays. There are certain seriously gifted managers, but there's a lot of managers, i.e. Mikel Arteta, try to overcomplicate things. I mean, when he made that statement about, was it 43 different lineups and 70-something different tactics?
Oh, my
Well,
days.
I've only ever seen him play the same lineup.
That's it. That's hilarious, isn't it?
So where's this 43 different lineups and all this? Where's that come from? Because when you've got,
oh my days,
I said it last night on the show with Uncle Rods and Kenny Ken. When you've got a team that picks itself week in, week out, your first 11, and then you've got the manager that doesn't actually trust his bench because it proved it at the weekend. He waited for Brighton to make 4 changes before he brought on any changes. That to me says he doesn't trust the players he's bringing on.
Yeah, exactly. I think as a fan, I think most of us as a fan, we see it better than they do. It's like you've seen so many times where you watch a player who just does not perform. And then they go, oh, yeah, he had a really good game. Yeah, I'm going to keep him on week in, week out. And you're like, what the fuck are you watching?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think that's a major thing. AFC always says, Jez, if Arsenal are serious about winning the Premier League, the signings we need in January is another centre-back, another midfielder, another winger, and a striker in January. Yeah, absolutely.
But
you need cover, and you definitely need the striker, 100%.
Well, you say that. Now, let's talk about this. I watched something today. Northside, quite rightly, love Northside's channel. He's great fun, and we had a certain person there, right, stating that it's too much to expect us to buy a striker in January.
What? What are these people on?
What is the narrative of that guy? Now we know who you're talking about. We know who I'm on about, right? What are you talking about? And that says to me that he has to follow the narrative of Arsenal Football Club. He and his followers used to be the biggest criticisers of Arsenal. Yeah. Now it's all the get along crew. We can't criticise.
Yeah.
What are you on about, man?
Yeah.
We could wait till the summer and get the player for the same price. Well, if you're going to get the player for the same price, then buy him now.
Yeah, 100%.
Because we need a striker.
Yeah, 100%.
And he's a proven Premier League striker. We're not going to get Oshman. he's just signed a new contract at Napoli, so forget that one.
Do you know what? I didn't know anything about him. I watched a YouTube video on him
I don't.
yesterday. Quality, mate. He is absolute quality. He would definitely. I mean, beforehand, I was like, sort of like, I'm not sure. Everyone keeps talking about him, so I thought I'd watch a YouTube video on his skills and his goals and stuff like that. Mate, I mean, out of him and Tony, I think Tony brings a bit more. I think you can see what Brentford are missing. Brentford are missing somebody holding the ball up, keeping the defenders busy, and getting other players to score. You know what I mean? And it's starting to show now with Brentford that they haven't got that. And I think Tony in your team would be amazing, absolutely amazing. But looking at that Osherman, man, he just looks different class from what I seen yesterday. Just want to cover this. Great stream last night. What a laugh to Anthony Herbert from Mama Flossie. It was quality, mate. Absolute quality. Absolute quality. Well done to you, man, because it was absolutely brilliant. Good point, Jez. A team should never pick itself, as that means there's no competition for places. You should always be competing for the shirt. Always. That's one of my biggest rules. You should always, and that's why I expect from Santo on Saturday. I expect the team to come out and say, "This is my shirt, boss. I want this shirt. I want to be the player on this pitch." And that's what I expect from our players on Saturday. And I think that is what they need to give. I think the worst thing that I would say could happen on Saturday is we lose. Because if we lose, man, that place is going to go mad. Because they're not happy anyway that Cooper's gone. So if we lose, they're just going to be like, if Marianakis is in the crowd, which he sometimes is, they're just going to be like, "Fuck, did you do, mate? What was the point? What was the point?" I know it's only one game, but you can tell by reading the fan base's mental stage that they are just thinking if he don't win on Saturday, they're just going to be like, "What was the fucking point? Might as well have kept Cooper."
Totally agree.
And
Totally agree.
it's just going to go mental, mate. And some people have said things about the owner and all this, that, and the other. Sorry, you can't question the owner. He's put the money forward. As soon as I saw this weekend that he's bolstered the club with put money in to deal with debt and equity, as soon as I seen that, I thought, you know what, Cooper might have one more game and that's it. If he's pumping money in, and I've also heard that him and Marianakis didn't get on anymore. Whenever Marianakis was pissed with him, he sent Ross Wilson in to talk to him. So I think that broke down as well. So there's a lot more things to actually take into account that a lot of people aren't taking into account. Dow says he did. Osherman said Napoli hates him. Weird. I mean, you know what? While I watched that video the other day, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. I think he's the kind of player that could come into the Premier League and take it like Haaland did on his first season. That's the praise I can give him from what I saw. Jez, I feel like Liverpool will sign Ivan Toney in the summer because Klopp will sell Darwin Núñez. That's what I've been thinking, to be honest. And I know Tony is a Liverpool fan. I could totally see that happening. Totally see that happening. Jez, imagine if Tottenham sign Ivan Toney. Yeah, I don't think he's going to Tottenham. I think Liverpool, if Liverpool want him, I think he'll go to Liverpool. What do you think?
Well, it's a good point. That's why I'm saying go and get him in January. Let's not pussy around. I mean, the talk is rumours. He wants to come to Arsenal.
Yeah.
So if he wants to come to Arsenal, then go and get him. Rumours are.
I think the one thing you've got that might bring him to Arsenal instead of anywhere else is Champions League.
And the fact that he won't have to move. He can keep his family where they are.
Yeah.
It's only down the
That's
road.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Or up the road, whatever way you want to look at it. I think he'd be very settled. Apparently, stories. He's already almost apparently said goodbye. Behind the scenes, I've got no concrete proof of that. It could be absolute utter bullshit, but apparently that's the story. So, if he wants to come to Arsenal, and if it's going to have to cost £80 million, Arsenal can afford it. We're not short of money. They can afford that fee and get it done. Get rid of Nketiah. He can go. Oh, come on, man. You should have done better with that. Penalty. Is it a penalty?
Is it a penalty? I don't know. I think I'm way behind you, mate, to be honest.
Let's have a look.
Well, I'm on 54-30, I am.
They're looking at it. Anyway, what was I saying now? Yeah, I mean, you know,
I wouldn't say a penalty. He already took the shot.
I'm looking here.
Let's have a look. I'll see it on a replay first.
No penalty there, man.
Scuffed it. To me, he already took the shot.
Yeah, he scuffed it.
Yeah, and then went down. So I wouldn't say penalty. But the thing is, I mean, with Tony, I mean, I could 100% see him wanting to leave because he did actually come out at some point when he was playing and say that I am better than Bournemouth. So it wouldn't shock me if he wanted to get into another side, a bigger side or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So that wouldn't shock me at all. AFC always says, Jez, can Arteta handle Ivan Toney? This is that 100%. Well done for saying that. That is my thing. Can Arteta handle Ivan Toney?
No.
That's the thing.
Arteta has to work with yes men. We've seen it. We've seen it with players like Aubameyang, Guendouzi, players like that. They question what's going on. If they don't go with him, they're gone.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Unfortunately,
that's why Nketiah has stayed. That's why he got his 100,000 deal, because he toes the line. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's always been my issue with Arsenal getting Ivan Toney.
Arteta's arrogance is the fact
100%.
that it's my way or it's the highway. And unfortunately, when you get a senior player, then you have to sometimes, as a manager, you have to learn how to manage that person.
Yeah.
And I don't think Arteta's got the ability or the experience yet to do that.
No, I agree. Totally. I think he's at his depth as a manager, to be quite honest with you. I don't think, like I say, Ivan Toney's already spoke out about Bournemouth, and I don't think he'd take too long to speak out about Arsenal as well. And you know, if it was a decent manager who just could turn around and say, look, just rein it in or whatever, like Simeone or something like that, then I think he could get the better of him. But you know yourself, Tierney did it. Tierney weren't up for the Arteta thing, and he went. So, you know, it's exactly the same with any of them. Red Bull Vodka, if Arteta can't handle Tony, he needs to go. Simple. Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%, because he would make a massive difference to Arsenal. There's no doubt about it. Ivan Toney would make a massive difference to Arsenal. I think, to be quite honest, I actually think he's the finish of the jigsaw. I actually think Ivan Toney is the finish of the jigsaw. If Arsenal get Ivan Toney, I think you've got titles coming your way. I really do. I think he is that much of a character. And, you know, the way he handles the defences and all that kind of stuff, I just think he's the answer. What's the saying? 30 men in a squad, 30 different sets of problems you got to cope with. Yeah, and managers ain't managers anymore. That I think that's one of the, some of them are, but some managers just ain't managers anymore. Question is, why has Arteta got so much arrogance? Where does it come from? Don't know. That's an interesting question, mate. I don't know where his arrogance comes from because he's never really won anything. So I have no idea where his arrogance comes from. To be honest, I don't know. What do you think, Jez? I mean, where does Arteta's arrogance come from?
Sorry about that. I had
Yeah, no worries, man.
delivery at the door, man. It's Chinese, the wife and I, when she gets home. Yeah, his arrogance, where does it come from? I think he thinks he's better than he is. And I think the problem is that he has this arrogance in that he thinks that's the belief or that's the way he should manage the team. Now, that can work. I'm not going to deny that. It can work, but you have to balance it. When I watched that joke of a thing, that was it on Amazon or whatever it was on, what Apple?
Oh my days, that was ridiculous.
I mean, that was so staged.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, the similarities on that with Pep Guardiola. I was like, well, this is obviously the narrative, but I think to answer your question is the fact that he has a belief in himself, which is good. That's good. That's positive. But you have to be able to balance that.
Yeah.
I don't think he has yet the experience in doing that because.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
He gets the arse of what I mean. The whole we could go into the thing about Ramsdale when he brought Ramsdale in, right? He got rid of Martinez, yeah. Brings in Ramsdale. He's the best thing since sliced bread. Then all of a sudden, something happens and he's gone. Or well, he hasn't gone, but he's now benched. And Ray has come in. And we've seen this too many times with players. But he holds on to players that really aren't the levels that should be at the Arsenal Football Club.
Absolutely. I keep laughing for the simple reason that Si's completely called me out. Think you mean Brentford, Yeti? You keep saying Bournemouth. Glad we are in your head already.
Well,
yeah, I keep saying. I don't know why I keep saying Bournemouth. So you're obviously in my head. So there you go. Well done on that. Hopefully you're not in my head on Saturday night when you beat us. But anyway, his arrogance comes from he conquered his wife. Yeah, he conquered his wife. That's probably where his arrogance comes from, to be honest. But I mean, his wife's not on the pitch, so let's hope Arteta does play "You Never Walk Alone" on the loudspeakers for this Liverpool game coming up. Oh my days! I'm sorry. Right? I'm just gonna go in because that to me just shows what a twat that guy is. But that was for the Amazon cameras to me. And I tell you what, one thing I want to ask you, Jez, is I have a thought on Emil Smith Rowe because in that documentary, Zaka says, you know what, one day you're going to be amazing. And Emil Smith Rowe says, I don't want it one day, I want it now. Do you think that fucked him up?
Possibly. I'm not sure. I do think sometimes he's got his head in the clouds and believes he's better than he is.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get it right. I mean, he was never a great player. He was okay. He was decent. Panicked by Wenger. When Wenger's downfall was starting to happen. But I think his tutorship under Pep Guardiola, he sometimes thinks he's that level.
Nah,
I
he's
think
nowhere
also
near.
maybe it's come to the point where when we did beat Man City at the Emirates, he's got a little bit bigger headed. It will all come home, Yeti. It will all come home. I said it last night, right?
Yeah.
When I did the show with Uncle Rod's.
Yeah, it's a good show, that was.
It was good fun, actually. It was good fun. It will all come home on Saturday. Because what happened last night with the Liverpool-West Ham game was totally not what I expected.
Yeah.
Really not what I expected.
That was crazy. That was. I think that might have done you a favour, to be honest, because it's like they really needed to turn up and do something. And I said before the game, I said if they like get beat by West Ham, then Arsenal's going to get the repercussions in the weekend. Whereas they've gone and then won 5-1. You know, so the fans are now back like, yeah, go on, yeah, awesome, yeah, this, that, and the other. So it's not going to be. I still think it's going to be a tough game. I mean, it's 100% going to be a tough game.
It's a 6-pointer. I said that last night. I said it to the Uncle Rods and Kenny Ken, and they both agreed. It's a 6-pointer for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Liverpool are challenging. They're up there. They're in the mix. At the moment, I mean, Man City will come back into it. Let's not write them off.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
They're having a little bit of a misfire at the moment. But you just cannot write a team of that quality off. That's for sure.
No, you can't.
That's stupidity, man. But tomorrow, mate, is a 6-pointer all day long. Whoever comes out of that, it could well end up. I mean, I've said Arsenal 2-1. Thinking back now,
it's on Saturday, isn't it?
I'm thinking it's going to be a draw now.
I mean, I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think it's always difficult at Anfield anyway. I mean, I think Klopp's like picked up the crowd and said like, you know what, or the crowd are acting like a bunch of tourists and it's the quietest I've seen it and stuff like that. And I understand where a lot of Liverpool fans are coming from. You're pricing people out of being in the seats who are local. So you're going to get fans that aren't local. They just turn up for a game. Oh, let's just have a game at Anfield. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get that. That's how football's going to go. And you know, and you should always. I mean, Anfield has always been known for like a major hostile place to go. You know, I mean, and watching that game on Sunday, oh my days, what is going on?
Now I've got to take you to point on that. I've been to Anfield 22 times.
Well, I've been 25, so I'll take you on point on that.
Fair enough. The only time I can ever see you, like the Anfield crowd, was singing all the way through. Was the '89 game, and once that second goal went in, man, they.
Yeah.
So it's. I mean, I've never been there on a Champions League night. I've never been to Nottingham Forest on a Champions League night. But the one thing I will say to you, sitting here right now, the 15 odd times I've been to the City ground, it's a lot louder than Anfield.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up early doors. I've sent you the link, mate, if you want to jump on. It's up to you, man.
So I'm not. I don't think it's got that awesome atmosphere that. And Uncle Rod's agreed with me.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, you can't. You at the end of the day, right? I mean, I'm going from like back in the day when the FA Cup final was on the TV, and you had Liverpool against Everton. You know, I mean, that's at Wembley, but I mean, they were so loud. and I've always seen an Anfield crowd that's so loud. You know, I just didn't see that on Sunday.
I don't know. I don't know. I think if Arsenal get the upper foot, like we did last year, right? It was one silly mistake by Xhaka that let the Anfield crowd back in.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
have not
That is
done
true.
that. Arsenal won
Yeah.
that game.
That is 100% true. Yeah. Yeah.
We were outplaying them until
Mm.
that one incident, and we let the crowd get back up, and Liverpool came back, and we could have lost that game 3-2.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
100%.
Salah missed the penalty, and I wasn't expecting that at all. But that just shows what damage you can do by doing one stupid thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
100%.
it is what it is, man.
So I said, I think that KDB coming back and not having to force changes due to no players going to AFCON is a serious advantage for City. City ain't done. City ain't done by a long shot. They got De Bruyne coming back. I'm pretty sure they're probably in January going to sign Elise, probably Eze, maybe Paqueta. You know, I mean, they're not just gonna die. There's no doubt about that. The thing about City is they're always there or thereabouts to actually make a challenge at some point. So, you know, when you can do that, you know, you always got that kind of thing going on. I mean, it's just, I can't see in a million years that City are just going to carry on the way they are. Can't see it. Can't see it. What do you think?
Every team, let's get it right. I mean, Man United
I'm
were
back
up
in the set, Jez.
there. Man United were up there for such a long time.
Just one more thing, Jez.
Yeah, crack on, son. Chelsea were, Arsenal were back in the day, under the early tutorship of Wenger. So every single team goes through cycles. It's one of the facts of teams go up into such a position, then they go down, but the thing with Manchester City is they've got the ability to keep on that upper tier because of the fact that they've got such much money. They can buy basically and sell whoever they want. So they will just keep that level. But there will come a point in time, there will be, when if, for example, Pep Guardiola decided to go, then they will go in a little bit of a downslide. I mean, they're not exactly firing all cylinders right now. You know, they're missing a few key players, and it's showing. So that now, for teams like Liverpool, Arsenal, it's the time. Well, even Aston Villa. Let's not ignore them, because they're up there. They've got a great manager, a manager I wanted to keep personally. I was never a Unai Emery out. I thought, yeah, we've got a decent European proven class manager, but for whatever reasons, out the door he went, and we bring in Arteta. Okay, you have to admire what he's achieved, but the fact remains, we have to look at it and say, well, actually, you know, 93% of that season, number one spot, and it all capitulates because we lose a couple of players. Saliba, Partey. Not saying it's fully to blame, but what I do say to blame is the lack of backup players to replace them. That's what cost us. That is what costs the problem. Is if you've got two key players that go out the door for injury and you haven't got players to back them up, then that is your fault because you haven't invested correctly. Now, my comparison to that is this. Man City do.
Yeah.
Man City have basically got two bloody teams, right? They've got one on the pitch and they've got one practically on the bloody on the bench. And that makes a hell of a difference. Have Arsenal got that? No. And we've seen it proven in weeks that he will wait till the 85th minute, 85th, to bring on replacements in desperation because players are flagging. And it proves if he has faith in those players, right? If he has actual true proof, why does he not make a substitution 65, 70 minutes? Mix it up. Let's see a different tactic. Let's see you change things to confuse the other manager, and the other managers then got to think, oh, hang on, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Does never ever happens. The only time we ever see that is if a player gets injured. Then he has to make a substitution.
Yeah.
And that says to me he doesn't actually believe in his bench.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. I'm gonna just read this one from Si. I agree, Jez. They just broke the Brit record for a Leeds youth player in Gordon a week or so back. Just going to bring early doors in. So,
Go and see you, man.
And you as well, Jez. You all good?
I'm a good man. Great
it's
show
like
you did
Attack
early,
of
by
the
the way.
Mouldies.
Yeah,
He's like
cheers,
me.
mate. Thank you.
How you doing, early doors?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, I was trying to do it a little bit earlier, but work was just kind of, there's too many things going on. We've had a couple of drivers smacking up a couple of people's cars, and that wasn't good.
All right.
As you do.
That sounds a bit mental. You know, what did it take? 5 minutes?
Bit longer than that, unfortunately.
I had to say 5 because of last night. Yeah, I mean, we only got walloped by Fulham 5-0 last week. But
yeah, we're just keeping up with the theme, but at least we got a goal. But yeah, it wasn't a good performance by West Ham last night. Not by a long shot.
Was it? I mean, there's always going to be a reaction from Liverpool at Anfield after Sunday and how much criticism they got. There was always going to be some kind of reaction, I suppose. And they do actually take the cup serious as well, don't they, Liverpool?
Yeah, that was a good thing about it. You know, at least they actually put a decent side out, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
have you got your hat tomorrow?
Yeah, mate. I'll make sure I've got mine.
I've got mine sorted, mate. Just got to do a few adjustments to it, and then
I'll tell you what. If it's got 2 bloody stars on it, you can check it.
Yes, I would never do that, mate.
Yeah, you would. Oh, you would.
Hey, I never go on about that kind of thing. I don't know where you get that from, mate, to be honest. Bargav is in the chat, and I've clicked the wrong one. Bargav just put a $5 bet on Brighton. Let's go. Yeah, absolutely. How's the score going, anyway? Yeah, I don't think I'd have done that, to be fair. But, I mean, they are starting to... I mean, they've had most of the game, to be honest. But, I mean, their stupid goalkeeper decision was crazy. Just put it in Rosette, man. How many times do I have to say it? It's fucking... he's mental. Absolutely mental. But big up, Bargav. Make sure you subscribe to Arsenal History and More, and Early Doors TV as well. Make sure you subscribe to them. Make sure you subscribe to Bargav as well.
Yeah,
I think he's on.
I don't normally plug that.
Instagram, actually.
I don't normally plug the subs and the likes because my philosophy is if people like your content, they'll sub.
Yeah, yeah.
If they don't like it, they won't. So
I don't sub me out. I don't like promote my own, but I always like to promote people that's actually on the stream. You know, just the way I do it. But you know,
well, I'm going to tomorrow night. I'm 40 away for 4.5K. So I'm
nice.
going to keep saying it. Sub.
Yeah. Nice. But you don't normally do that.
I don't. Very rarely you hear me say that. Very rarely. Other people do in the chat.
Yeah, I don't. I hardly say it ever. If Carl Ross is in the chat and he says like and subscribe, then I'll read that out. But other than that, I don't tend to do it a lot because I've got very much the same mind as you. You know, if people like what they're seeing, then they'll do that anyway. So you know what I mean. I'm not one for key. It's like to me, it's like sitting on the floor outside begging. You know,
Yeah,
I'm just not.
that's the thing,
It's
isn't
just
it?
not for me.
I don't disrespect anybody that does it. That's fair play.
Mhm.
I know, I get it. I really do get it. But I think sometimes it can be a little bit over the much. But no, I haven't got a problem with doing that at all. It is what it is, and everybody wants to try and big their channel up, and it's great. But
Yeah, but there's some people, Jez, that go overboard, don't they? They just keep plugging and plugging and plugging. It's like, well, you've mentioned it
Mate,
once and that's it. That's all you need to do.
one of the worst things I've heard is when somebody turns around and says, "Hit the like and subscribe because I've been streaming for 6 hours today, so show some respect and all this, that, and the other." And I'm like, you chose to stream for 6 hours.
100%.
You know, don't start going on to other people about they need to show some respect. You chose to do that.
But the thing is, like early doors, you built your channel off your own back, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So fair play. So that is respect. And the thing is, channels naturally build the more you're out there and on different channels, because you get around the scene, and that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's seriously how it works, because I will be doing a lot of plugging for other channels tomorrow night. You know, I shouldn't be talking about that, but forgive me for that, Yeti.
No, good man.
But it'll be a great fun show. We're going to talk just about everything and everything. But I'm going to be plugging every bloody person's channel. Anybody that's on the stream tomorrow night, I'll be smashing it out there to get them up, because there's a lot of content creators out there, right, that don't get the traction they should get in my book, and they should get a lot more. And I think it's annoying. It annoys me intensely in the fact that you get certain, I'm not going to name any names, but whatever, get traction, and they really talk a lot of bollocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree. I mean, I talk a load of.
I watched you one early doors. It was a short stream.
Yep.
But well, that's a good goal. Right.
Who scored? Right. Bargav's on it.
Everything you talked about was factual.
Yeah.
There's no crap in there. It was just facts. And that's the sort of stuff I like to watch, because there's a lot of channels out there that are just talking absolute drivel. You know, and I ain't got time for any of that bullshit.
No. Don't put your arse into the camera.
Is that your cat?
Nobody wants to see your arse. Yeah, it's Freddy. He's taking over. It's a Freddy take over the Yeti cave.
Yeah, I can see that. Nice tail.
He said you got a nice tail. He says, "What you doing on Saturday at 7 o'clock?" That was a nice goal. Actually.
Oh, what a goal! Yeah, that was a good goal.
I'll tell you what, Bargav's on. Bargav's on for the bet. AFC always says, "Yeah, Ian Jez, apologise to just had a phone call from my next door neighbour. He just finished work and to find his shed has been broken into. So me chasing off that smackhead has come back and stole." Mate, you know what? If you have to go, you have to go. It's no problem with that. But I mean, that's just bullshit. What is wrong with people, man? What is wrong with people? And Mama Flossie's putting all the links in the chat. Thank you, Mama Flossie. I knew you had some uses. I was just trying to work out what it was. I thought before it was ironing. Now I understand it's actually posting links. So thank you for that. And also there's a link for Arsenal history and more. Big up to you, Mama Flossie. Love always, you know I will give you shit, you know that, and you'll give it me back, and you know that's why I love him. That's why we're really good mates. And absolute scum at AFC always. I don't know if that was to me or you know what. Fuck's sake, AFC. Yeah, he's just bullshit, man. There's some absolute scumbags. I mean, I seen something on my street the other day. I thought it was so funny. This little guy was having. There's a guy that lives across the road. He's a big bloke. He's a really big bloke. And this little guy was like giving it all the energy. Come on, then I'll knock you out, and all this, that, and the other. I don't know what he was about, but anyway, he kept doing that. And then the big guy went, and he was going, "I'll fucking kill you," and all. And this little guy just shriveled. I mean, he was a little guy anyway, but he shriveled even more. You could see his energy just went, and he backed off, and he was going, "Yeah, if my missus weren't here, I'd have you," and all this, that, and the other. I was like, "Shut up, you fanny." I mean, there's nothing worse than doing that. You know what I mean? What is it? AFC always says, "Yeah, he loves a good pussy." Absolutely, mate. Absolutely, 100%. Can't argue with that. And yeah, Ty, let's go. Yeah, Bogab, you might be on. You might be on here, mate. You might be on. You never know. You never know. But yeah, I got the Christmas stream tomorrow. We're going to multi-stream that. Yes.
Multi-stream it.
Yeah. So it's on other people. I mean, I don't know if you can put it on 10 people's channels.
Yeah, you can. I don't know how to do it, to be honest. I won't lie.
I think you just click, you know, like when I go on it, when you give me the stream and I go on it, it says stream to your audience or something on at the top right hand side, and you just click that and then it goes to your channel as well. I think it's something like that. I'm not bothered if you do or not. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I know last night Uncle Rod's did it, but I think he clicked it from his. He did it from his own channel because I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I'll have a look tomorrow. I might have a look after this. Guy.
Yeah, I don't think. I think it's something that when you invite somebody onto your stream, it just says in the right corner, stream to your audience as well. And then it's me that clicks that and then goes through it. I think. Anyway, I don't know.
I'm not really technical about it, to be fair. Bad enough just bloody it's bad enough to set it up. And then let's get it right. If it hadn't have been for little Gracie May, bless her, and Connor, I wouldn't have had a clue because they Gracie May set my channel up anyway. And then Connor did all the graphics. So I can't take any fame for any of that at all. So
yeah. Well, I mean, everybody, this is a thing, isn't it? Everybody's got to have a little bit of, I mean, I'm very technical minded anyway. So, I mean, I was all right with most of it, but everybody has, like, you know, certain things that you need help for. And I think the main thing is like, I find there's a lot of YouTube channels that have probably had help in the past, but never actually mentioned the people they had help from to get where they are. You know, I'm not mentioning any channels, but, you know, there is a few.
Yeah, true. That's the thing. I think sometimes people try way too hard, and that can be detrimental because people switch off. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's 100%. Like when you get on television, on certain Sky channels or whatever channels, it's charity. Now, I don't have a problem with that at all. I do subscribe to a couple of charities of my choice. But when you get it thrust in your throat, all the time, you switch off from it, and you think, "No, I've had enough of this." You know, I'll not interested.
Yeah.
Because I think it's basically in your gullet all the time. You think, "Oh, fucking hell, man, leave it out." You know, ask it once, ask it twice. I mean, I always ask people at the end of my show, shout yourselves out. Because I'll promote people. If I can help people,
absolutely.
I can help people.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
I mean, I'm not a big YouTuber, you know,
No.
but I've got a decent following. And if I can get people to follow, then I will. That's fine. But I'm not going to sit here all bleeding night and say, oh, come and subscribe to me. Oh, it's I actually can't, well, you know, you can't on StreamYard, you can't see how many people are watching. Or I can't. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong.
No, well, I mean that's it. I mean, you're not a big tuber. You are a big bellend, though, aren't you?
Hey,
you are a big bellend, though, aren't you?
I am a big bell end. Yeah. You know, let's be mate. Like, hey, let's get it real here, right? You know, I've been married for 32 years, so I haven't had any complaints yet. Not
Mama Flossie says
away from that.
Mama Flossie says, yeah, he's technical minded but can't set up a group chat.
Yeah, I just see that one.
You know what, Mama Flossie? That money I paid you not to tell anybody that, I'm taking it back. I paid you £1 not to tell anybody that. Come on, man. Yeah, I had no idea how to set up an Insta group. If it wasn't for Mama Flossie, I wouldn't be able to do it. And as soon as I did it, I left it anyway. So, I mean, that worked well to me anyway, but that's just me. Question, Yeti, will you be dressing up as the Grinch tomorrow night for the Christmas show on Jess Channel? Nah, mate, I won't be dressing as the Grinch. I probably already look like the Grinch, so I probably wouldn't have to do any dressing up anyway. Stephanie Griffiths is in the chat. Big up to Stephanie Griffiths.
Yeah, big up, Stephanie.
Always supporting me and everybody else. Big up to you. 13th Flight. Big up Yeti, Jez, and Tony. Yeah, big up to you every time. The quiz master. Absolute quiz master from last night. I mean, the only answers I was giving was always rude and naughty and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, they asked us for jokes. I said, don't ask me for jokes because it'll get you cancelled. And then they went, no, you can
Yeah, still do it anyway.
One joke, and that was it. It was like, oh no, we can't say that. I was like, well, I did warn you. So
Matt's face was a picture though, Yeti, when you see it when he started reading it, he suddenly realised, oh shit, I've got this far, I've got to carry on.
Well, he read the worst part, to be fair.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Notification and get it, you're right. Yeah, absolutely. Notification bell. Yeah, notification bell. Yeah, I can't get it right, but anyway. Jez, how many guests you getting on your show tomorrow? As many as possible.
I've got 8 confirmed. I sent the links out tonight. I can get 9. I'm holding 1 spot open. So it might be a sort of like a floating spot. Don't know. Lee has said he might join us for a little bit. So,
TJ's a bit of a floater, isn't he?
God. You can't have a proper conversation, can you? You know yes, I've got 8 confirmed, and I've got 1 open, which people may come in, come out, whatever. I don't know, but we'll see. It'll be a fun night, whatever. It'll be just
absolutely. Mama Flossie says he's going to be Santa. I won't be Santa because Santa don't exist, and I do. So, you know, I mean, I can't be doing those Santas, to be honest.
If you're going to be Santa, I hope you've got bloody presents for us.
I tell you, yeah.
Mate, all I can give you is European Cup presents.
Yeah, you follow for that. I sent you the link to send to Mama because Mama's saying I need the link, Jez.
Yeah, we'll do. 100%. Yeah, 100%. I'll sort that and send it to Mama Flossie as well. Big up to you, Ty, for coming in, man. You're a big guy. You're a big guy. I mean, you're a big supporter. So big up to you, man. Big up to you. Let's have a look on here. I need the link, Jez. Yeah, I'll get that sorted for you. Stephanie says, what is your channel called, Jez? I must subscribe to you as well. It's basically Bellend history and more.
Fuck it.
No, his channel is Arsenal history and more.
Don't you just love him,
Motherfuckers
Jez?
just put
Don't
the
you just
link
love
in
him?
the chat. So
Do you know-
big up to you. Make sure you sub to Jez. Lee Gunner as well. Make sure you sub. You're already on Wolfgang anyway, aren't you? Wolfgang gang thing. Make sure you sub to him as well. So make sure you sub to RoboCop. And yeah, big up to you as all. It's going to be fun tomorrow. I can tell you that.
Well, it'll be a giggle because it's one of them. I'm a great advocate of Christmas. Call me a little kid. I am. I love it, and I just think it's great to get people on, have a laugh. People will be having a beer, wine, cup of tea, whatever. It doesn't matter. And we just talk about just about anything. The only thing we won't talk about is religion and politics.
Yeah.
That won't happen. But we can talk about what you're going to have Christmas Day, who you're having Christmas dinner with, even if you're having Christmas dinner, what football, blah, blah, blah. It's just going to be but I'm not going to have an agenda. Normally, when I do a show, I've got bullet points, right?
Yeah.
I like to talk about. I'm not. I've got one. No, I've got a lie. I've got three. And after that, it's just a free for all. So I might say to you, early doors, mate, talk about your Christmas. Are you interested in Christmas? If you're not, then you can tell me to shut the fuck up. But it's one of them things, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, got to enjoy it, as you said.
I might say to Mama, because this is true story, true, right? I've been married 32 years, right? And I love my wife to death, and she's never, ever allowed me to cook a turkey. I've cooked goose, I've cooked other things. And not on Christmas.
You cooked to go.
Eh?
You cooked to go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Smoked him on toast, mate. But next Thursday, I've got both my daughters coming here, and my son's coming over from New Zealand.
Awesome.
And with his fiancée. And I said, right, I'm going to cook when they're all here with the grandkids. I'm going to cook a turkey. And she went, well, you've never cooked one. I said, do you not worry about that? Because I have been watching Jamie Oliver, Ramsey. I'm on it. I said, what time are they going to be here? She told me. I said, right, I'm going to put it in the oven at 9:30. It will be ready for 1:30. It then has to rest for an hour and a half. And she said to me, what are you on about? Resting for an hour and a half? And I said, well, yeah, that's what you got to do. That's what the boys are telling me on the TV. You got to rest it for an hour and a half. And she said, I've never, ever rested it for an hour and a half, maybe 15, 20 minutes. And I went, wow, now then, there we have a problem. There we have a problem. And she went, what do you mean? I said, well, maybe after all these years, that's where there's been a problem with the turkey. Whack.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine.
That's the lesson to learn, boys. That's a lesson to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can imagine that. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, I would have just turned around and said, like, basically, you've been cooking the turkey wrong. You know, you've not been learning from your mum.
That's what I said. Oh man.
Yeah,
to make it a bit of a joke, though, Jez, what you've got to do is get tin foil, cut out a bra and a pair of knickers and put it on the turkey, and that's when it cooks in there. It's got white bits afterwards.
I love it.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Taib's asking me a question. Where do you think Forest will finish this season?
Stuffing on the top.
top
Yeah,
10, hopefully.
yeah. You might as well, Jez.
Oh dear God.
Top 10, hopefully, Taib. But I mean, we'll see how it goes at the end of the day. Got to see how Nuno goes when he gets involved and all that kind of stuff. But I would say top 10 was what I said at the start of the season. So hopefully that's where it goes. We'll see how it is. There you go, Jez. New subscriber. Treat me gently. Yeah, Stephanie's absolutely awesome, man. She's absolutely awesome.
Thanks. Tiffany.
Nice one,
Thanks for that.
Stephanie. Absolutely,
Mm.
100%.
I'm always gentle with everyone, unless they're absolute idiots. Then I roast them.
Absolutely. Well, you might be good with a turkey then.
Okay. Well, I'm going to grill it, you clown. What do you want? I might stick it on the bloody barbecue. How about that?
I think there's going to be only one person grilled when you try and cook a turkey, to be honest.
But it is true. It is true. I've never, ever cooked a turkey in my life. True. Seriously. And how stupid. No, I can't. No, I shouldn't say that. My wife said, we're picking the turkey up on Saturday. And I said, right. And she said, well, you know what you got to do, don't you? And I said, yes. I know exactly what I've got to do. I've got to defrost it. And then I've got to do all this butter up under the skin. She said, no, there's something a bit more basic than that. I said, yeah, go on then. How about take the giblets out? They're in a plastic bag. And I went, oh. And she went, yeah, there's giblets inside that. You better take them out or it's going to be plastic coated. I was like, oh. Jamie Oliver didn't tell me that.
Oh my days. Well, mate, I might pop round for that turkey, mate. You never know.
Come down, man.
I'll be at my
You're more
mum and
welcome.
dad's, but yeah, there is absolute decent folk here. We're all good guys. We're all decent people. We all just have a laugh and just get on with it, and that's what makes this community what it is.
Absolutely.
You know, is Lee gonna make an appearance tomorrow, Jez?
Sorry, mate. We say
Is Lee gonna make an appearance tomorrow?
he said he might do.
Yeah.
But knowing Lee, he's because it's. I don't think Lee's into Christmas, but I think his other partner is his other half.
Yeah.
Oh, he did say they might be out for. He said he'd let me know, so I'm not going to bother him. I'm not going to hassle him. If he says yeah, he'll jump in for maybe half an hour, 15 minutes. Fair play. But
Yeah,
I'm not the sort of person that's going to like stress him out. Kenny's going to come on. He's looking forward to it. It'll be a laugh. Yeah. And that's why I've left one spot open. So if people want to jump in, jump out, that's cool. I haven't got a problem with that. And I'm only going to allow people in, though, the people I know.
Yeah.
Furious. Do what happened on Lee's show a few weeks ago. So that's never going to happen because that could have caused him major dramas. But I've left one spot out, so if people want to jump in, because there's a few people I haven't seen for a long while on YouTube. I don't know where they've gone. Seriously, regulars every week, and they've gone. I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, people watch all they don't, I suppose. You know, it's just the way it goes, isn't it? I mean, I think the main thing is when they actually do turn up again, is they're like, you know, hey, how you doing, Jazz? I ain't seen you for ages. I hope you're well and all that kind of stuff. You know, and I think that's what we've kind of got going on here at the minute with the YouTube community. I mean, I absolutely love my community, man. absolutely love my community. In the new year, there's going to be loads of new things. I'm going to be doing like the pub, just to stream the pub, and it's going to go on for like 3, 4, 6 hours, whatever. You know what I mean? Till last orders. And it's always going to be a case of like, it's going to be the same as a pub, really. If you come in, get your drink and have a chat and get on with everybody, it's great. If you don't, if you come in and be a dickhead, then pick a window because you're leaving.
The thing is, though, mate, we don't get a lot of dickheads, do we?
No.
I know I get the one regular one on my channel.
Mm.
I mean, you know, when I watch other channels like Early Doors U, John Sinclair, Uncle Rod's, Hot Fuzz, you don't get the idiots in there. I think the problem I get this one or two is because the amount of time I've spent on Lee's time, and then they have transgressed away from Lee to me. But I actually find it funny.
Mm.
I actually laugh at it, and I actually like to take the piss out of them.
Yeah,
because they keep coming back.
Yeah,
and they're that thick and that stupid that they don't realise that every time they come back with a comment, it helps the algorithm.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And I've even had that one clown, right? He's now under a different name, right? And
it's gonna probably.
He's been putting in my chat, something or other, Hector. Now he comes up with this numerical thing. He's actually called Hector now, and he must think I'm stupid, but I don't understand. It's him. And I'm sorry, that proves to me that this person that's doing it is a kid.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't realise that I'm actually got a brain. I'm a little bit more experienced, and I might understand that I can actually understand the way you word your comments are always the same. Oh, Jez, you're a fake fan. Well, you've said that for the last 18 months.
Yeah.
So I think I know who you are.
And
I highlighted it last night. And I don't get this. And this is the thing. As your channels build, right? It happened with TJ. This guy went over to him. Giving him abuse. Well, I think he ain't done nothing to you. I've done nothing to you. But you just don't agree with what I'm telling you. But the fact is, TJ has a different opinion.
Yeah.
Makes sense, man.
Well, I mean, look, I'm just gonna say it right now. Why has TJ got Spurs mods? I mean, come on, if you're an Arsenal fan, I mean, I'm a Forest fan, and I will not have Derby County mods. There's just no way. It's kind of a big mistake from TJ, in my opinion. And yes, this is live, so I don't care. I'm still saying it. At the end of the day, Spurs are your mortal enemy. Yeah. So you don't have Spurs mods. And a lot of people are going into his channel and going like, oh, there's Spurs mods in here. I don't want to be in here. And that is understandable, to be quite honest. And you need to understand that is a major thing. Having mods from a team that's actually your deadly rivals. It doesn't make any sense. And AFC always says, yeah, he reminds me of a character from the young ones, but which one? Mate, I pride myself on Rick Mail and Vivian as well. What's his name?
Aid Edmondson.
Yeah, that's what I work on. That's they are my absolute heroes, 100%. So I'm always going to go on that. And Mama Flossie says, as a Neil and Vivian combination, but it ain't Neil. It certainly ain't Neil. But yeah, I mean, I look Neil. I do look like Neil, yeah. But
Well, Neil, because he talked a load of shit and you talk a load of shit.
Well, this is true. This is very true. So maybe there is a Neil and a Rick and a Vivian as well. I mean, there is that point. And definitely ain't a Mike, because Mike is boring as fuck. That's more you, Jez, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, complete art, really. Yeah.
And you set that up and you asked for it as well. So there
Yeah,
you go.
I'll go with that one. I'll go with that. Yeah. I ain't got a problem with it.
And also, I'm doing a salmon Wellington with a creamy dill and cheese sauce.
Nice.
I don't cook, so I have no idea what any of that is.
Oh,
I wouldn't eat a Wellington, to be honest. I mean, fucking hell, what's that all about?
It's basically a lovely bit of fillet of salmon,
Right.
in a pastry.
All right.
With a creamy and dill cheese sauce. That'd be beautiful, man. Yeah, love it.
See, you can tell he's been watching Gordon Ramsay and what's his face? That other idiot. What's his name?
Mate, after watching Jamie Oliver and Gordon Ramsay,
That's him. Yeah.
I am a Michelin star chef now. No,
all right, okay.
I'll tell you, I know how to do roast potatoes perfectly. I know all about it, man. Don't worry about it.
Mate, if you can roast your potatoes perfectly, that's entirely good, man. I mean, we'll have to all pile round Jez's ass for a meal.
You can pop round, man. No problem at all.
At some point, and he can try and cook the turkey. I've got a funny feeling we'll turn up and he'll be chasing it across the field, but we'll see how that one goes. That goes well. Interaction is key with any channel, in my opinion. Absolutely, 100%. You've got to interact with your crowd, with your chat. I mean, I don't know why I keep calling him a crowd. I watch a lot of Lee's La Liga watch-alongs, but I can't get involved in the chat. Too many idiots for my liking, and they just wind me up. You have to just put them out your mind and just get out. I mean, sometimes I do go in on a few of them, but other times Lee will deal with them anyway. Lee will deal with them as soon as he sees, like, same as Jez. If he sees the comments, he will deal with them. And I'll be honest with you, Jez, some of your best streams that you do is when you go in on Pete Haywood. As soon as you just add it off and you just have a go at him and stuff like that. I think they're absolutely brilliant. And the thing is, I don't understand is, like, what is the point of the mods? Because they block things and they take comments out, but then they're still on the screen because they still come up on your thing. So it's like, I don't see the point of that, to be quite honest with you.
Well, that's YouTube against StreamYard, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the chat. He put the very first comment in last night. I just ignored it. I couldn't be asked. Because I thought, I don't want to do that because I've got Uncle Rod's coming on. It's the first time on my show, and I just thought, I can't be asked for that. And it's not good to have an opening comment where I'm going to rip the arse out of somebody. I didn't think I was going to be very fair on him and Kenny. So I just ignored it. I just didn't show it. And the thing is, with people like that, if you don't show their comment, they go.
Yeah, true.
Because all they're after is their little 30 seconds of, just my comment. Oh, and now he's having a go at me. Oh, that's what I wanted. So
I agree. I agree on that. Totally.
So sometimes,
I
just, if I've got something I want to talk about with a guest, like I've done it with you, Yeti. I've done it with Early Doors when you've been on. I just sometimes ignore a comment. I think, no, I'm not. I don't want to. If I'm on my own doing it, I'm doing my own solo, and I get an idiot, then I'll rip them to pieces. But that's because it's me. I'm on my own. I don't want to disrespect you guys right? If you've given me the time of your day to come on and have a chat with me, then I don't want to be disrespectful to you and say, "Oh, this idiot, this blah blah, this, blah, blah, blah." No, I can't be bothered.
Nothing, as you said, Jez, it's a sign of respect as well, isn't it? I mean, Uncle Roger, you got him on for the first time. You want him back on again, and vice versa, him inviting you onto your channel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just a mark of respect, isn't it?
100%.
Simple as that.
Yeah, 100%.
And
I tell you what, Jez, there's one thing I will say for you, right, is you doing them streams on your own are fucking awesome. And you know what? There's so many YouTubers that can't do shit on their own. They always have to have other guests and stuff like that. And to be able to sort of just sit there and do it on your own, I think that is a major hurdle on the YouTube thing. You do it, Early Doors does it, Hot Fuzz does it, Wolf does it sometimes, you know, and I do 100% respect that, because at the end of the day,
you do it.
yeah, I do it.
And so it's not. Yeah, I hear what you're telling me. There are some channels that have to have a compadre with them, but Early Doors, you just banged it right on the head there, man. If you've got an idiot in your chat and you're the host, and you've got a guest, personally, I think it's best to ignore them.
Yeah.
Because if I was to bang into somebody that's given me or being disrespectful, and you're a first time guest on, you're going to think, oh, I'm not sure I'll come back on here again. Now, there's a couple of channels that I used to go on that I won't go on anymore, because all they wanted was to abuse people. And I'm like, I can't be asked for this. I'm not here for that.
No. Yeah.
You know, we've got a great community. Like,
100%.
we've got a little group, right? Probably 8, 9 of us.
Yeah.
And we all jump on each other's shows, have a chat, have a laugh, have a giggle. We don't get into fights. We have a good debate, intellectual debate. We may not agree with each other, right? We may say, well, I'm not sure about what, I don't agree with you there, mate. But we don't beat each other up over it.
No.
Because we've actually got brains, and we've
exactly.
The ability to have a debate.
Yeah.
Certain channels just want to have a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
I was never up for. I was never up for that. I had so many people saying to me, "Oh, you need to get on with this guy because, you know, it would be fire and all this kind of stuff." And I'm like, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in that. I can do it. It's not a problem. But it's like I don't want to really be getting into it like that. I mean, like I went on with Daddy Spurs before the Forest game, you know, and it because he was saying what he was saying in the chat before. He was saying like, you know, I'm coming for you. He better not hide away because I'm having him later on. And I was like totally pumped for it. So I was like, I went in and I was giving him this, that, and the other, and all this, and it's just not who I am. It's not how it was back in the day, but it's just not who I am now. I'm not interested in arguing with anybody. I've got a brilliant community in what I'm doing, and I don't need to build it up by going on with somebody and having an argument with somebody. I don't need it, and I don't want it, and I'm not having it.
No. I mean, I don't. I actually, at that time I went on. It was a while back now, wasn't it? I can't remember the show it was, and I had that shout out of that eagle.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it. I just had to have my say because he was talking crap.
Absolutely.
And I just had to say to him, look, these are the facts. I know the facts, and you're talking bollocks.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
And he is such a reactionary person that he once somebody takes him to task, he has no other way of arguing but shouting.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I can do it, like I say,
no way
I
of
can
doing
do
it.
it, but I'm not interested. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in
Pointless.
having an argument with
Can't
people.
win anything. I'd rather sit here, right? That's free, yeah, that's
Mhm.
free, and have a adult debate, and
Yeah.
we talk about a subject.
Yeah.
Right. How do you cook your turkey? How do you cook your turkey? I'm cooking mine, right? And early doors will go, well, actually, no, I don't cook mine that way. I do it this way.
Mm.
Yeah, you'll say this, and we could chat for an hour.
I have no fucking idea, so I ain't saying anything.
We would, it would
Mate,
be,
I burn pot noodles, so I ain't even trying a turkey.
but the point I'm trying to make is that it would be a respectful debate.
Yeah, absolutely, and it always is. We always have a laugh. We always just be adults.
And at
And
the end of the day, I'll just say to you, Yeti, well, you're talking bollocks because you don't know shit about cooking a turkey. You've won 2 European Cups, and that's all you've ever won.
Well, I tell you what, you can take that. I'll have the 2 European Cups. You can have the 2 cooked turkeys. I'll tell you what, we'll do that one, shall we? So whenever I turn around and say about European Cups, you can come back at me with, well, I've cooked a turkey, so fuck off.
Yeah, I'll be dead before then.
Stephanie Griffiths says, I thought it was as. So I think Stephanie Griffiths has lost the plot.
Yeah, she says it a bit later on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday she was like on the point with the quiz and all this, that,
Yes.
and the other, but I think she's lost the plot tonight, to be honest.
Yeah, blown her brains.
Yeah, maybe go and see a counsellor or something like that. Or, I don't know. I don't know how that one works. AFC always says, yeah, you'd be a true dingle from Emmerdale if you drink Stella from a Wellington boot. Yeah, maybe. I'll probably drink Stella from a Wellington boot than cook a Wellington, to be fair. But it's attention seeking. Yeah, absolutely. Just going to clear these comments up. Ignore my last comment. Can't remember what I was going to say for Sign of Madness. Yeah, you are going. So maybe we'll get you on stream at some point because you're definitely getting into the clan. And if you want to ever do a private stream, Stephanie, you're 100% welcome. And that goes to anybody who's interested in the old YouTube thing. If you want to do a private stream to get used to like being on camera and stuff like that, yeah, I'm all good for that. Long-haired Yeti on Instagram. I'm sure we'll have. I can put on Mama Flossie as well if you're not comfortable just be being with me because I'm a bit of a weirdo, to be fair. But Sai says,
agreed.
Steph, it happens. Yeah, it does, 100%. And for sure, Mama, they just want a reaction. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. They just want a reaction. There was a point where I used to think, like, stop reacting to them, stop giving them something. But the thing is like, if you do that, you can see Lee Gunner does it. And people love it. When he goes back at these people, they love it. Do you know what I mean? So there's also that point to it as well. And it's like, if you have a go at Lee Gunner or you have a go at Yeti or you have a go at Jez or Early Doors, they will give you something back that you ain't ready for. So, that pulls people in as well. So there's also that. Saw a TV channel the other day on how to cook a turkey. It was called Gobblebox.
Yeah.
I think going back
I
in your comment
don't
there,
think that was about a turkey stuff.
I say go back on your comment there, though. Yeah, I think if you look, it's a time and a place when you do it. When you when you need to do it. I mean, like look at Jez with Egale. I mean, at the end of the day, the Egale goaded Jez beyond contempt, really. When the comments he came out with, and fair play to you, Jez. I mean, you handled that really well, and
100%.
even other people said like he's bang out of order, but as you said, he just does it to try and get the attention and the likes and so forth, just to kind of get the clickbait kind of thing. But the blokes are just a prime idiot, simple as that.
He just, I mean, the end of the day, I've said things about him. I ain't done a video on him, but I mean, I'm not going to go into that. I'll talk to you about that in private stream. But the fact of the matter is, if you're going to go for somebody, you need to have the balls to face it up. If they then turn around to you and say, "Get on my channel and let's talk about this," you need to front that up. But I'll talk to you about that in private anyway.
No worries.
But I just don't understand that. If you're gonna go for somebody, then you need to have the balls to actually front it up.
Well, mine, he didn't really even know Jez, and he's coming out with crap out of his mouth, kind of thing. And it's like, you're just kind of, you're just there to kind of build yourself up for no apparent reason at all. And everyone saw him for what he was.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
It was a shame.
Mm.
It was a shame. But
I think. I understand what you're saying, Jez. I think, but it's not just you, is it? I mean, he does it to. I think most people that either goes on his show or shows he goes on to. He starts off all right first of all, and then suddenly he decides to divert off and go down that road all the time. And it's like it gets like we mentioned earlier. It just gets boring and repetitive.
Yeah,
because we realise that that's where you're going all the time. So give it 5 minutes. Oh, here he goes. He's off.
Yeah,
I mean, I mean, it's one of those, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the problem is it's all. I don't know about that one, but when people do that sort of thing, I think it is attention seeking.
100%.
Looking to achieve something that they haven't got. Is that the right way of looking at it?
I agree on that.
I think people sometimes need to step back and actually say, well, look, this is what I'm about, and actually not trying to overachieve, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, trying to make yourself look bigger than what you already are, or what you are, shall I say, not what you already are, what you are, because you think you know it all. And some people can't adjust, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I admire anybody that goes on YouTube. It's the toughest platform in the world to actually get anywhere. It's bloody hard work because you're going to get idiots and you're going to get people giving you a hard time. So I admire people that want to do it. And I know there's people out there that would make great YouTubers, but maybe don't have the confidence to actually achieve that.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here making myself out to be a great YouTuber. I'm not. But I've got maybe my age, my experience of life says to me, I really don't give a fuck what people think. I really don't. Because if somebody comes on and gives me shit, I don't care. I'll give it back. Because I've been around the block more times than they have. And that's what the Yeti says is, if people are out there that want to give it a go, then do a private stream. Do it offline. And I offered that to a certain party, but no, he wouldn't accept it. And I said, fine, okay, go for it. Go for it. And he cocked it.
Yeah.
On the first ever stream. Fine, okay. It happens. I did it the other week. I was on there with got them now, and I forgot to go live for about 3 minutes. And it was
yeah, that was funny.
Weren't you there?
I think Lee Gunner was there. No, I went on the stream.
Yeah. It was Hot Fuzz said, Jason, you're not live. And I went, oh fuck. I've done the intro and all. I've introduced everybody, and I cocked it up. But it happens, you know. I'm not the BBC. You're not Yeti. You're not Early Dawn.
Yeah.
We haven't got people in the bloody control room behind us.
Well, yeah, exactly. You're just doing it from what you're doing, aren't you?
on our own. We
Mm.
haven't got professional studios like certain channels, so we've like got to work it on our own.
Mm.
That's the fun of it. Be fair, you know. No, I'm not going to say it, but you know, I love what Yeti says. If people are out there want to give it a go, and do a couple of private streams offline.
Mm.
Get used to putting your face out. Get
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to having a little chat. Because we're all the same. When
Yeah.
we do it, we're all crapping ourselves,
Of course.
Mm.
weren't we? We were all
Yeah.
like,
Oh, 100%. 100%.
and I've been on Lee's show for 18 months, right? And then eventually I decided, after being pushed into it, fuck it, I'll do it. And it's one night I got Gracie to set it up, and bless her, and she went, let's have a little chat offline. And I did for 20 minutes, and I went, right, I'm going to do it. I was shitting myself.
Yeah.
And I just said, right, this is Jez. I'm doing this channel, Arsenal History and More. And you could tell in my voice, I was,
Yeah.
Mm.
you know it, guys.
That'd be the turkey.
I think it goes back to what the pair of you said, and you know, and people in the chat said it exactly as well. This is what's good about this community, and what Yeti said there, and that. I mean, that's a great thing to offer. Anyone wants to try it out, we're there to help out with each other. You know, if you've got a problem and that, how do I go around this thing? Okay, well, you do this. Oh, thanks, appreciate that. Then you'll learn to adjust and build your channel that way. You know, whereas as you know full well, Jez, and you as well, Yeti, you know, your certain channels, they won't even entertain that because it's a case of, what?
No.
You asked me that? No, you can go and
They'd
do
probably
one.
charge you for it.
Yeah, exactly. There's that as well, isn't there? That's
Si
what's good about this quality.
says, I ain't on Insta. I don't know if my laptop will be good enough, but maybe one day, fella, even if just for a decent chat with everyone, without having to type all the time. Well, I mean, you can do one-on-one. I mean, it's no problem to me. I mean, you can do one-on-one. Mama Flossie says you could use your phone. Yeah, 100%. You can come on with your phone. I mean, Tony Ibarra came on. He was on his phone the other day, and you know, we managed to get a stream going with him. It must be a real skill to read the chat and block out the twats. No, it's not that difficult, to be honest. I mean, the reading the chats can be quite difficult when you've got guests on and stuff like that. You have to sort of find a spot where you can sort it out in that way. Oh, night, Stephanie. Sorry, I didn't see that. Night. Thank you for everything you do for me and supporting me and all that kind of stuff. I really do appreciate it. I met you on Hot Fuzz's channel, and you've been on mine ever since, and I do really appreciate that. Okay, Mama, then maybe try it out at some point. I just get bored of typing all the time. I do as well. I think that's one of the main things for me, to be honest. I just get tired of typing. It's like I'm talking to Jez on Instagram, and I'm like, let's just go on a private stream, man, because I can't be asked to type anymore. And we just sit there chatting for like 5 or 6 hours, and that's what communities is all about, you know, and that's what we want to build. We're not all about the money and all that kind of stuff. We're just all about sort of getting out there and chatting to people, you know, different people and stuff like that, and trying to help them out in any way they can. And if there's anybody, like, as I've always said, if there's anybody who's struggling or anything like that and wants to do a private stream and talk about, you know, what's going on, things like that, and if we can help them out in any way, then, you know, we'll do that as well. That's what it's all about. It's always what it's always been about for me, to be honest. Yeah, may well do in the new year, Mama. Hopefully you do, 100%. Certain channels you have to audition to get on, just give your opinion. Yeah, exactly, 100%. I mean, we're all real people. We're exactly the same as what you are. You know, we've just decided to do something that's like put us out there, you know, and the option is for you to do exactly the same thing. Just hit us up, man, and we'll sort it out.
Very true. Very true. And I totally advocate what you're saying is if people, if you've got the time, Yeti, to actually do that for people, then big respect to you. Because, yeah, you're right. I mean, we've had some great discussions.
100%.
Mama Flossie's been there. We've done a private stream. I used to do private streams with Gracie. We just sit there for like 45 minutes, an hour, just chatting about not even football, just chatting about her upcoming career, blah blah, and stuff like that, and the fact where her grandfather lived very close to my grandfather in Gillespie Road in Islington. We used to have we used to talk about bloody anything. So it's nice to do that, but if somebody really wants to give it a go and they're nervous about it, then there is that outlet that people are here in our community, and we have the best community, no question. I don't think there's any other community who could actually say that we don't have the love and support that will support anyone. So if you want to ever give it a go, if you want to really give it a go, then come and have a chat. And then once you're ready, and then if you're really, really, really nervous, then get 3 or 4 of us on.
Yeah.
And we'll be there. We're there to support. We're there to help. And if you start to stumble, like there's going to be, how can I put this nicely, people with a bit more experience that will sit there and fill in, pick it up a little bit and say, right, yeah, well, what do you think about this then? And you just, you know, early doors, when you're doing it, your mind's going and going and going and going. And you suddenly think, right, if somebody's new and they suddenly freeze, you've got the knowledge and experience. Go, yeah, well, okay. What do you think about this? If you're talking about a game, for example, you can say, well, what do you think about that guy then? What, I mean, that was a stupid bloody error. That referee really should have done that, and it picks it up again, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, keep you fresh, kind of.
Yeah, you're quite right. It gives it a refresh. I mean, some people are natural. You're a natural. Yeti's a natural. I think I'm quite a natural. That you can just quick fire. There's certain people that stumble along. It's like they're stumbling through the undergrowth. They repeat because they're not forward planning, or they don't have the intensity to actually keep it flowing. They're not natural in the way they. I mean, you early doors. You're like bang, 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 bang. You keep it going. You keep it going. Yeti's the same.
That's his head on the wall when Liverpool win him 5-1.
Yeti talks a load of shit.
Yeah.
And he talks a lot of bollocks. Okay? North side is brilliant. He just goes bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He's the same. Bang, 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 bang. You know, and that is what people want. When you've got people keep repeating themselves. I'm not going to name names, but sorry, I'm late. So this is supposed to be this time.
Yeah.
You're fucking 3 hours late again. You know, it's like, really, mate. You know, we all told you about doing that people won't watch you, and it happens every single time. And respect to him, but he's boring.
Yeah.
He's very, very. My wife says, "Why are you watching him again?" And I said, well, I'm just watching to see what he cocks up this time.
Yeah. Is it going to be any improvement? Nah, still the same.
my days.
Oh well, yeah, I should have been 2 hours ago, but you know, something came up really. Something comes up every bleeding week, mate. You know,
I think the classic one, Jez, was where he was supposed to have a show on, and then all of a sudden it was a case of I had something to eat and I fell asleep.
yeah.
And I forgot all about it.
The thing is, right, if you start doing this, is like if you all of a sudden if you fuck up by not going live or whatever, you apologize once and then you get on with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the main point. And one of the best comments about certain person is for me, and a certain person in the chat will understand this, is that guy's a cure for insomnia.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, without doubt.
Because
That to me is one of the best comments I've heard
Cure
about
for
the guy.
insomnia.
To be honest, I mean we did that stream where we went in on him and all this, that, and the other, and then we did the private stream, and it was just honestly just jokes, man.
Deserved it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because you went in as the adjudicator, didn't you? Yeah.
No, well, he was going to get the police on me because I'd had a go at him.
Oh Christ, yeah. Gee, God, I remember that.
Oh dear.
I wish I'd kept that stream now.
Yeah, I wish you had as well. That was absolutely
deleted
hilarious.
It happens every single time. I never watch the whole stream. I only watch the first 10 minutes.
Mm.
And every single time it's the same thing. Oh, I'm sorry I'm late because something came up and or it's something to do with Wi-Fi or sorry I'm late. I was going to do this earlier, but something happened, and I'm thinking, fucking shut up, yeah? Shut up. Apologise once and get on with it.
Absolutely.
It's stumbling. This is what I mean. He stumbles all the way through it because he hasn't got a proper way of following through with the discussion. Oh, right. Let me get my guest on. Oh, hello, mate. How you doing? Sorry, I'm late. We were going to do this earlier. Well, this is my guest. What do you think about that? Yeah. And it's like, fuck off, man. I'm turning off now. See ya. Bye. I don't you're either made to do it or you're not made to do it.
I think that's absolutely right. I mean, when I first started, I mean, I just took to it like a duck to water, and I mean, I'd always been on Twitch anyway, with doing the games and all that kind of stuff. Never had my face on cam, so that was the big part of it. And then I just did it, and I just went on with it. You know, I mean, because I've got a gorgeous face anyway, so I mean, I was always going to be all right in that respect. I mean, you two. I mean, I don't know how you did that.
This is a filter, yeah. Don't worry about that. It's just a filter.
You got Snapchat filter on that girl I'm not going to talk about.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you've got to love the Yeti, ain't you?
You have indeed.
Yeah, there's no question that we just got to follow the band with him.
Yeah, it's true. Isn't it? It's true.
Well, I'm just a master of backhanded compliments. Seriously. Well, to be honest, when it starts to be like, oh, I'm really going to big this guy up, but then all of a sudden something comes into my mind that's like, yeah, but he's shit.
I'm going to say, smash the likes and smash the subs for the Yeti
Absolutely.
and smash the likes and smash the bloody subs for early doors.
Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely.
Thank you, mate. And
Absolutely. 100%.
I think the pair of us can definitely say, and that obviously for you as well, Jez, and that, let's hope you can get to that target. I
Absolutely.
think you've got no problems in
100%.
doing that. You've got no problems whatsoever.
100%.
Hey, and yeah, that's the point actually. Yeti. I remember you used to sit there when you had like 45 subs,
Mm.
and now you're like what 100
118.
100
No.
million, something like that.
Yeah, it's building. It's building.
There you go. See, so
Mm.
and you were like advocate. Yeah, well, you know,
Rome wasn't built in a day.
You was happy to get the 50, Yeti. Remember that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, and I've always just, I always continue to want real ones, not actually, pieces of shit. And it will always be the same. It will always be, I want quality over quantity. If you ain't quality, you ain't staying in it.
Yeah. I mean, as you know, I've been off for nearly, 5 months near enough?
Mm.
And coming back into it, I mean, I've gone from, I think it was 102 to 100, 112 now. So that's just only in a period of a couple of weeks now. So just got to keep on building content. And as you said, Jez, keep doing what you do, and people will follow and sub and whatever.
Mm.
That's the point, mate.
100%.
That is the point. Is because I mean, you disappeared off the scene for a little bit, whatever.
Yeah.
And once you disappear out a little bit, then you need to get your traction back, and which you are. I mean, I watched your stream earlier. It was short, but
Yeah.
the nice thing about it is, mate, it was concise.
Mm.
There's no bollocks. It was just like, right, this is blah, 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 talking about the game last night, da, 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 bang, done. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
I sometimes, I've said to Kenny, sometimes I think our shows go on too long, and he can sort of lose it a little bit.
What, like 2 hours?
Sorry? Oh, fuck me. Jeez.
that was quality, that was.
2 hours, 15 minutes, that was.
Well, the thing was, just it's like when I came back, I went on to old Dave, old school gunner, and considered it's my first one back into a stream. 4 hours and 45 minutes later, I'm finishing. I'm going out.
Yeah, it's
It's
too
like,
long.
Jesus.
Too long.
No, my days.
Mind you say
So
that's
what?
because we was talking about we talked about what we did, and I think it was Hot Fuzz's channel. I just kind of said like I'm on old school's gunner, and then of course Mama Flossie, Yeti. I think you even had a little show. That all came on, etc. Dave was blown away. Oh, I've suddenly got these new people coming on board, and it's like no, only because I've said like I'm on this channel that everyone's kind of jumped on.
Yeah.
And afterwards, when I
Yeah.
spoke to Dave the next day, and that he goes, "That he's a bit of a crazy one, isn't he?" I said, "No, he's a diamond geezer." I said, "He's no problems whatsoever." But he thinks you're great. He does think you're great. But at the time, he's I don't think he knew how to take you at that stage.
I'm just me. I will come out with things that you probably don't expect and all that kind of stuff. And I love it. And, I will turn around to you and say, I think you're a great streamer, but you're an absolute bellend.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, not you. I mean,
I know,
I'd say
you know
you
what
as
I
an
mean. Yeah, I
egghead,
know what you
but I
mean.
wouldn't say bellend.
A few other choice words.
Class, please. Class. That's the one thing you get from the Yeti. It's pure honesty.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously,
100%.
did you see Si's comment asking about the Euro League and it going forward? I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one. This one.
Super League.
Yeah, the Super League.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Well, I don't know because even that. Sorry, as I mentioned in the stream, no, it's just the Court of Justice even said, even though they've said what they given that ruling, it doesn't mean that they're actually going to put the thing forward. They could, the court could still turn it down.
Yeah. I just think the money will talk at the end of the day, and it's going to be more money. So I
It
think it's
is,
gonna
but I
happen.
think, well, if you look at the Prems have said their bit. They're not endorsing any form, shape, whatever of it. So they've kicked it
Mm.
out altogether. You had Man
That's
United
probably
play
because
their
they haven't
comment.
been cut in.
Well, of course, that it's going to take money away from them. That's what
Mm.
they're afraid of.
That's what I'm saying. If they trust me, if they get cut in, which they will eventually, then they'll be all right with it. I mean, they're the most dodgy organisation on the planet. Are they all looking into other teams and what other teams are doing dodgy is beyond me, to be honest, because they are the most dodgy organisation on the planet.
UEFA or FIFA?
Premier League, FA.
League. Oh, Christ, shit.
They are the most dodgy thing on the planet, and they're looking into dodgy teams and all this, that, and the other. And they keep saying that, the Manchester City thing that they're looking at, 115 charges, has taken so long because this is shut down and this is shut down. Me personally, if I was looking into something and they're shutting things down, I'd be looking at the reason why they're shutting things down.
Well, they reckon with the Man City thing, it probably won't get concluded until 2030.
What's the point then?
No.
What's the point? Why can't you just look into one thing and shut that down and sort that one out and go, right, this is what you've done, bang. Now let's look into the other 114 things.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? I mean, look at Everton. What's it? Because of VAT?
Mm,
Some VAT payments, they're one of them like a ton of bricks. But as you said,
yeah,
115 charges, and it's like, lift that carpet up, just sweep it underneath, and
yeah,
draw the
exactly.
line for the little while.
Exactly. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Look, I'm not going to turn around and say that every team hasn't got some dodgy shit going on. We have. Arsenal have. Arsenal 100% have. West Ham probably have. Every team has got something dodgy going on. Man United 100% have. Come on, 100% have. So why are we just looking into one team? I mean, I just think I don't understand that. I mean, and the thing is that winds me up, like I say, is it's the FA that's looking into it. That's the most dodgy corporation on the planet.
Good points. Good points. But it's raised its ugly head again.
Mm.
And I can honestly say I think within the next 5-6 years there'll be something of that ilk out there.
Mm.
Maybe not in Europe, but certainly out in Saudi.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because that will attract the big bucks.
Yeah.
The big clubs will want
Mm.
to be part of that. It's
Yeah.
happened in golf. Let's
Yeah.
look
Mm.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
PGA and the LIV thing. Yeah, one of the biggest stars in world golf,
Mm.
Rahm, has gone over to the LIV
Money always talks.
because of the money.
Mm.
Yeah, money always talks. It don't matter what it is, money will always talk because the way people are fashioned nowadays. I mean, you've got like certain people that are trying to do YouTube channels and all this, that, and the other. It's just all about the money, man. I mean, fuck off, man. I mean, a certain forest channel. I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to promote them in any way, shape, or form. But the first thing they do when they start a forest channel is have merchandise out, and the first thing they do is have fucking Surfshark things on the thing, which I have no problem. I have no problem with you promoting something, but when someone asks something in the chat, which I did, what kind? Because I know my shit when it comes down to VPNs and all that kind of stuff. When I ask, what kind of protocol does the VPN work on? Oh, you've got to go on the website to find that out. Well, if you don't know, then don't sell the
Don't promote a
fucking
thing.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. Don't promote something you don't know nothing about.
Exactly.
The thing is, though, if let's say a Super League setup, right, came to you, Yeti, came to you early doors, came to me and said, right, Nottingham Forest, Arsenal, West Ham are in the Super League, right? We've seen you guys on YouTube. We're going to give you £5 million a year, right, to work and do YouTube, paid by us, right, tax free in Saudi. Would you turn it down?
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't. Why?
I would. I'm not about money, mate. I never have been.
I'm not going to turn it down because I can set my daughters and my son up for the rest.
I understand. Yeah, I understand your point of view, but I'm just not about money. I'm not interested.
I can say to my daughters and I'll pay your mortgages off.
I get that. I 100% get that.
No worries for the rest of your lives. I can do this for like 4 years and say, right, thanks very much. I'm out of it. And earn a shed load of money and got to worry about anything for the rest of my life. Do whatever I want to do. I'd sell myself.
Look, I agree with your side of it, but I'm just not a money person. I'm just not a money person.
My terms, as long as it's not a narrative where I'm told what I've got to say. Because if I was told what I've got to say, right, like certain channels,
for that money, you are going to be told.
I say, no, that's dirty money to me. I don't want to know.
Exactly.
For that money, you are going to be told what you've got to say. And I'm sorry, I'm not about money. I never have been. And you can believe me or you don't believe me. I don't care. I'm not about money. I'm not interested in any of that. Money is the fucking root of all evil. The reason shit's going wrong now is everybody just wants to make money. They don't give a fuck about anybody else. And I have a major fucking hate for all of it. So I'm sorry, I would not take it.
No, it's a good opinion. Whatever. I mean, I'm in the way. I agree with both because if you look at it, you come in the world with nothing, you go out the world with nothing. But like Jez was saying, it'd be the same for me. If I was going to do that, it's my family, my close.
Absolutely. I get that. I completely
that side
get
of things.
that.
But I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, if they won't allow me to say what I want to say rather than what they want you to say, then it's a no-brainer. You're not going to do it because
even if they allowed me to say what I want to say, I still wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. Look, guys.
No, that's fine. But
I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny, but it's just not me. It's not me at all, and I would not do it because at the end of the day, there's people that have got millions and millions of pounds who fucking commit suicide. So money is not everything, and money is never going to be everything.
I agree with you. I agree with you, and I do agree with you to a point. That is a great point. Maybe I should quantify myself by my statement by saying I'd only do it if it was on my terms.
Exactly.
If it wasn't on my terms and I had to follow a narrative, I'd say no, and I want to know. Because I would have to turn around and say, well, you've asked me to do this job
Rosie,
because of me and what I've been talking about. So now why do you want me to turn around and not talk about what I've been saying?
Yeah.
So what's the point of why are you asking me? Because if I were to sit here and have the ability to say, well, actually, today Arsenal were absolute dog shit, and you say, oh, well, no, you can't say that. I'll say, well, actually, that's what I used to say. So that's what I'm going to say. Oh, no, you can't say that. And I'll say, well, why are you asking me then? Get the yes man. Get the man that will follow what you want to say.
Yeah, follow the narrative.
That is not what I'm about. If you let me have my say, and you might not like it, then that's your hard luck.
Yeah. Like I say, I get where you're coming from. I'm just not a money or like, how do you say it? Money oriented person, oriented or whatever.
Oriented.
I've never been like that, mate. I tell you what, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The two main skills you need to learn in life is live with nothing and live with nobody. Yeah, because you never know what's going to happen in life. You could have all the money in the world, you could lose it just like that. You could have all the people in the world, and you could lose them just like that. So they are two of the major skills that you need to learn in life. Be able to live on your own, which I have mastered. I am absolutely fine on my own. Everybody got locked down and stuff like that. They're all crying on social media. Oh, I can't show up to me people, and I can't fucking, I ain't got no respect, and nobody loves me, and all this, that, and the other. You know, at the end of the day, I've lived on my own for a long, long time. So I don't give a fuck about that. I've lived with hardly any money for a long time. So I know how to budget. I know how to fucking deal with that kind of thing. And you can't take it with you. But I get your comment where, you know, you've got your family and you want to help them out with the mortgages and all this, that, and the other, and make their lives better and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is if I had all that money, there's nobody really that I would. There's certain people I'd want to give it to and all. Nah, I just wouldn't do it.
I don't really
Wouldn't do it.
think I could actually turn round. I'll get away with this. She's not home yet, and turn around after 32 years. Yeah, I think you better fuck off because I'd get a knife in my back. So, that ain't gonna work, is it? You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna happen. Bless her. No, I hear
Just say, Rosie, materialism is the root of all evil, but materialism only comes through money. So, you know, you wouldn't have that kind of thing if it weren't for money. And sorry, I won't even take any step back on this. I hate money. I think money is one of the major problems we've got now. Nobody cares about anybody else because all they care about how much money they're making in things like that. And that's where everything's gone wrong. The humanity has gone out of it altogether. Nobody cares about anybody. They only care about what they're earning and what they're doing. I'm sorry, but that is my fucking bottom line on that.
Well, I think I agree with you to a point, but I think you have to also look at the point that there's a lot of people out there that work their nuts off to better themselves.
Yeah,
and give them families and themselves a better lifestyle.
yeah,
People, you know, I know people that have worked literally from nothing.
yeah.
Literally nothing. They've had a terribly poor background, not a great family life, but they've built themselves up and they've given themselves and their families a better thing. And
Yeah.
I admire people for doing that.
Oh yeah, so do I. But that's down to a system that makes you do that.
But that takes ambition, bloody hard work.
I agree. I agree totally.
You know, I worked myself. I had my own business for nearly 20 years. I was lucky. I was quite successful in the end, and I was able to actually sell the business and have a decent life. But it was bloody hard graft. My wife and I, with two girls and a little boy, we had fuck all for a long time. And I mean nothing. Nothing. We had to sacrifice to actually achieve. And I agree with your point. Money is not everything. It's not. Money can bring unhappiness. Can. I've seen it. I can see it. What happens to people with money? They become gamblers. They become other things, and it causes issues in family life. But if you work hard for what you've achieved, then I don't think that's anything to not.
Oh no, I'm not saying anything about like work.
Brief. It's been handed on your plate, right? We've all seen these programs, haven't we? Rich house, poor house.
Yeah.
TV. Yeah. We got a kid that's getting $5,000
back in a second, guys.
Right, and doesn't even work, but because his parents are so. I remember watching one, and I was so shocked. right? It was filmed. Is that program filmed in Monaco, right? There's this young girl, 18 years of age, right? And she's gone out shopping, and they meet up, and her mother sat outside a bar, dripping with gold, and the interviewer says to her, "Oh, how much have you spent today?" And she went, "Oh, about £5,000." And the interviewer said, "Well, what have you spent it on?" "Oh, I spent it on this handbag." And he went, "Well, how much do you roughly spend a week?" "Oh, shopping. Oh, thick as shit she was.
Yeah, it's always.
Oh, about I don't know, £25,000 a week. Doesn't everybody?" And I'm like, and her mother's sat there, right? Her mother's sat there, and she's like, "Well, we let her go shopping because we can afford it." And I'm thinking, hang about, she's spending 100 grand a week on shop.
Yeah.
A month, I beg your pardon, a month. Oh, my daddy can afford it. And I'm thinking, these people are not in the real world.
No.
And that girl, for no fault of her own, will be brought up in a world of believing that's normal.
Yeah, exactly.
Normal.
Yeah.
Go out and spend 100 grand a month on buying bags, clothes, shoes, whatever. I mean, she was as thick as shit.
Mm.
And her mother sat there drinking her champagne or whatever, and like her husband obviously earned, well, God knows how much money he earned.
Stupid money.
But allowing his daughter to go out with her credit card and spending 100 grand a month minimum, probably, and going out of her friends, dining out, probably a grand for a meal, restaurant,
Yeah.
whatever, and not even think twice about it.
No. No, that's as you said, different world altogether. I mean,
What I hate about money, because those people don't have a clue, and they're allowing her to live in that world, and she hasn't, and she was thick as shit. Oh, doesn't everybody?
Is it like his normal thing?
You go and tell that to somebody in Tower Hamlets,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Who's living on 120 quid a week and got a fee.
I'll tell you what, Jazz. I mean, I love this comment because
Yeah, I was going to
this
say that.
comment is right up my street. I'm a manager for charity shops, and I get 19k a year. If I work for a major retail, I get much more. I'm not interested. I love that job. We work so much in our lives.
Fair play, Rosie.
And if you can find a job that you love, that is a main thing. And the thing is, what I hate about money, the main thing that I hate about money, and it's the same as anything, I hate division. And division causes money worse than anything. Apart from religion causes division as well. Race, all that kind of thing. I hate division. I hate it so much. If somebody earns so much more money than you, then they're in a different division than what you are. I don't respect it. I'm sorry. I'm not one of these kind of people like Alan Sugar, where people call him sir and stuff. I ain't calling that guy sir at all. He's never done anything that I have to respect. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just don't like money for that reason. It's a division tool. It makes people think differently about you. You're not on my level, so I can't talk to you. Fuck you. Who the fuck are you? You're nothing without that. If money all of a sudden disappears, what the fuck are you?
Exactly.
Nothing.
It's always been that way, and it will never change.
I know it's always been that way. That's fine, but I don't look at it that way. I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
Look, I hear what you're telling me, but it's always been that way. It's been like that for centuries.
That divide, as you said.
And that's probably where the problem is, Jez.
Yes, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And it's never going to change because you've got those who've got it and those that haven't.
Money is a control mechanism. It's a
Of course it is.
control mechanism. It's what keeps you having to toil and go out to work every single day and things like that. It's what keeps you having to do what you're having to do. Keep your family. Why do you think schools always teach you to get have a wife and have kids and get a white picket fence? It's not because they want you to have a good life. It's because they want you to keep paying into the system. And as soon as you're in that situation, you've got no choice but to keep going to that workplace and keep earning the money to keep paying for what you've built. And that's why they do it.
I mean, the typical example I know of the firm I used to work for. I mean, obviously they started the business up in 47, and yet they're thinking they're fourth generation. And the MD, obviously, like just used to money. So there's a girl that works in the office, got with a fella, decided they're going to buy their own 2-bedroom house, new build, £160,000, which they've had to graft for to pay the mortgage, etc. And he rocks up the next day in a brand new car, which was worth the same price as that house.
Mm.
And they batting an eyelid.
I mean,
and that's the difference in
I
perspective.
don't agree. I don't agree with the definition of how it is different for people. I don't agree with it.
It's
I classified myself when I was in business as a very good employer because when I started out, if I had 3 or 4 jobs on a Saturday, I had a young lad, right, who was with a girl. He got her pregnant. They had no money at all, even though he's getting a decent wage. And I'd say to him, I've got 3 cash jobs for you on a Saturday. Go and do them. And he would do them. Now, my wife, who was my company secretary, used to say, you should be doing that yourself. You need that money, Jez. You need that. We need that money. I'll go, yeah, but he's a nice lad. He's a good worker. He's a young lad. And she said, you're too soft. I said, no, I don't think I'm soft. I think it's being charitable. And she was like, no, you've got to think of yourself. And the sad thing with me, I'm not a millionaire. Don't think I am, right? I'm not. But maybe if I'd done things differently, I could have maybe my business been bigger. But I was brought up with the belief in life, you help other people. That's my philosophy. It's like
that's been lost, hasn't it? Really?
Well, my point I was trying to make earlier about my daughters, they both work, they're nurses.
Yeah.
They both work for the NHS. They both work through the COVID thing. They told me the stories, the horror stories and things like that, right? They earn well, but I'd like to be in a position where I could actually give them.
I'm not even going into the COVID
help them. I mean, my one daughter recently has had a big bill on her car, which I'm arguing with the garage about because she only bought it 7 months ago. And I'm saying, well, actually, that's out of fucking order because at the end of the day, you should have checked all this, blah, blah, blah. But she didn't have the money, so I've paid it because she needed her car to get to work. So what do you do? What do you do?
Yeah, catch-22 there, isn't it, in that respect?
Now, it's not money that I can easily afford, but I've got to do it to help her. She's got a granddaughter, my granddaughter, sorry, that she's got to support. So
this was my point, though. You're trapped.
Huh?
This was my point, though. You're trapped. With money and the way the system is, you get trapped. Not that you don't, not in a trap that you don't want to get into, but you end up getting trapped in a system. Whereas, you've got to keep earning and you've got to keep doing this, that, and the other. Maybe we wasn't meant for that. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I've never seen money as a major thing. I give money away all the time you know, and this, that, and the other. I just don't. I mean, and I don't have much money at all, and I don't care because at the end of the day, I'm an happy person. You know, and that's what makes a difference to me. I'm a happy person. Yeah, I ain't got a wife, I ain't got kids or anything like that. I never agreed with the system. Well, I mean, part of it was because, you know, they kicked me in the gutter half the time. But the thing is, I've just never, I've all, you can ask my mum, you can ask my dad, you can ask my brother. I've always been exactly the same. I don't agree with the system. I don't like it. You know, it is what it is. It is always going to be the system because at the end of the day, people in this country and everywhere around the world sit going, oh, you know, lest we forget and respect the people that died and all this, that, and the other. But at every fucking turn, they just fucking forget anyway and just let things go. So, sorry, it's just my opinion, you
I think
know,
just
at the end of the day.
unfortunately society's got like that this day and age. You know,
Mm,
whereas before when we was all youngsters, there was plenty of things and opportunities to do.
mm,
But slowly over the years, that's all been taken away because obviously the government have held back on money, so
mm.
they can't spend on bits and pieces. And before you know it,
Yeah,
we're seeing people
exactly.
that they are. Plus, obviously, when you think about it, mobile phones, people have got no kind of
Mm.
what's the best way to say it? You know, when you look before that, we made something. We went out and did something as mates when we went out to play, or we decided we were going to go out and go to see something. We made something of it. Now, this day and age, no one's
Yeah,
they've got a clue. Haven't got a clue
exactly.
what to do with themselves. But one thing I will say on the money side of things, yes, in the kind of respects that what you say there, money helps. It's not the be all and end all of things.
You've
It
got no
helps you get
choice,
by.
but the thing is, money, you've got no choice with it because everything costs.
Well,
So
yeah,
you've
because
got no
that
choice, and that's the way they've made it so that it can divide people and put people in boxes and all this, that, and the other, and label people. And nothing I hate more than labeling people. You know, you're poor, you're middle class, you're rich class, and all this kind of stuff. Fuck you, man. I am still a human being that probably offers more to this world than you ever will. Do you know what I mean? I try to help people out all the time and things like that. I don't expect anything back from it. You know, if I get
mm,
monetized on YouTube, don't do super chats. I'll read every chat that I see.
mm.
I don't want super chats. I'm not interested in that kind of shit. That ain't why I did this.
As soon as you said the culture thing in there, the first thing I'm thinking there, who's going to be John Cleese and who's going to be Dudley Moore and who's going to be Peter Cook? Well, on that note, guys, I'm going to shoot off from that because I'm going to be up in the morning to
Yeah, no worries,
do
man.
work and that.
Yeah, nice
Uh,
seeing you, man. See
And you
you
as well, the pair of you. It's been a pleasure being on here. As
Yeah,
always,
absolutely.
good
Yeah.
conversations, and obviously the people in the chat, as always, real people, real talk. Some good comments been put in there, and I agree with you, Yeti. Great respect for Rose McDuff, and that not afraid of what she earns and enjoys the job, and that's the main thing. And
Yeah,
to you, Jez,
absolutely.
I will
100%.
say this: to run your own business, when you've got people working for you, if they work hard and you pay and you kind of recompense them for that, they work harder for you as well because
Yeah,
they respect you for that.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I have an ideal world scenario, but I mean, that'll never happen. But it'd be more of a utopia where there's no money and everybody puts in so much effort to the work effort, but not working like 8, 12 hours a week or whatever like that.
no,
Maybe
exactly.
that's the way it was supposed to be. But
Yeah,
unfortunately, we've got people in charge of us that want to make money off us and stuff like that. There's an old story back in the day where it's like when they worked out how much people could have and stuff like that, and basically it was said that everybody could have so much money and everybody could be in a situation where everybody was on the same level. Yeah. And the people in charge went, well, yeah, we don't want to do that.
of course not. Of course not.
And, you know, that's it. That's just my point of view. It's not, I'm not saying it's fact or anything like that. I'm just saying it's just my point of view. Just the
As
way
you
I
know,
look.
mate, everyone's entitled to their opinions and that, and also fair
Absolutely.
play to everyone for
100%.
that and that. Night, Mama Flossie in that, and to you two legends above me in that.
Mm.
Good night, peace out, and I shall see you tomorrow.
Make sure you follow Early Doors
Yeah, man.
TV.
Good to see you, mate. Good to
And
see
you
you.
as well. Take care. Ta-ra now.
I'm sorry to everyone in the chat. I've missed a lot of comments and stuff like that. I am putting them up. I do agree with a hell of a lot of the comments that's coming up. The problem is that people who always been wealthy have no idea what it's like to have money. Money doesn't bring happiness. Spot on. That's exactly the point that I'm giving. Because at the end of the day, I've been in situations where I've had a lot of money from work and all this, that, and the other. And I tell you what, I've never been more happy now than I was then. And yes, I'm struggling, but you know what? That's a challenge. And I love a challenge because that's what makes us better than we are. A challenge.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd agree with that. There's a saying, I can't remember it now. I was told it once, I can't bloody remember it now. What was it? It's better to achieve than not believe.
Mm.
You can achieve betterness if you want to. So don't disbelieve, because anybody can achieve whatever they want in life if they want to actually put the work in.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Mm.
You know.
But the thing is, Jez, right? I'll just point this out, right? Everybody has a gift. Everybody has a gift of creativity. Everybody has one gift, whatever it is, art or, YouTube or whatever it is. Everybody has a gift. Everybody has something, like being able to play the guitar, anything. That everybody has a gift. But can you imagine how many people's gifts are wasted because they're working 90% of their lives instead of working on that gift that they've been given?
True.
Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of sad that they're never going to actually reach the potential that they was here for.
Yeah,
I find that kind of sad because all they're doing is going to work every day and, and trying to earn money. It's just, like I say, it's just my point of view.
No, that's a great point, because unfortunately sometimes people that have a great ability or a talent or whatever it may be just don't get the opportunity to show it.
Mm.
And I think it's very sad that happens, because I'm sure there are tens of millions of people around the world that have something.
Yeah.
Could actually make a life-changing difference to themselves or to whatever the direction they want to go into, but they just don't get the opportunity. But unfortunately, that is life. Because
it's only life because of what the system's made it. That's the point.
It's been like it for thousands of years.
I get you. I get you. It's been like it for thousands of years. So it's down to the people to say, no, this ain't going to be happening anymore. And that's the problem I have. Nobody does that.
Yeah.
We have so much. We have so much possibilities in what we could do, whether you can sing or whether you can, do certain things and get somewhere. But it's like, for instance, you get certain people that won't get anywhere because of the way they are or the way they look, but they've got amazing talent in singing or whatever. And, they won't get anywhere because nobody will take them on because, they don't wear a thong properly and they ain't got big enough tits and all that kind of shit. And it's just bullshit. It's bullshit, man. There's so many people. So I mean, like, look at me, right? I'm a computer technician kind of guy. I do all that kind of stuff. I could never go further because the course was £6,000. So money stopped me doing what I could have done and stopped me doing the creative side of what I've got. Writing. If you well, you know yourself, you're going to write that book. Look how much it's going to fucking cost you.
Mm.
So that stops you doing it. That's bullshit, man. You've got a creativity there. You've got your art style, your creativity is getting stemmed by how much it fucking costs you to put it out there. That's disgusting. It's
Yeah,
fucking
but I might have
disgusting.
got a different direction on that now. I might have found a different route. Maybe I was
So,
too grandiose a way of doing it.
mm,
I was given some advice by a guy that has written 4 books, and he said maybe try this one, go down this road. So I'll be looking at that in the new year. To be honest, he said the thing is sometimes he admitted that he looked at doing his first one in a way too grandiose way of doing it, and had to go down a different road, and then he did a limited run of I think 500 with a cheaper way of doing it. He said, have a look at that. So that's what I'm going to look at that in the new year. I've been too busy lately, but
money should not stem your creativity. Never. Money should not stop what you've got built into yourself as you being sort of like doing something in your life that you love to do. Money should not stop that.
Everybody gets knocked back in life.
Mm.
I mean, we did a stream 7 odd months ago about music, guitaring. I was actually a pretty decent guitar player. And I played semi-pro a little bit. Never got the opportunity that I wanted to make it. You know, what I wanted was to be, you know, the next Jimmy Page. Well, obviously that was never going to happen.
Yeah.
But I played at some pretty decent gigs.
Not really. There's always going to be another Jimmy Page.
But obviously not.
Or somebody who's on that, you know, decent enough to be in that level.
But, you know, life changes, you know, things come along and suddenly you have to take a different direction, you know, and that's life, I'm afraid. You know, I mean, I was never going to be a guitarist for Iron Maiden. I was good, but I wasn't brilliant. I could play their shit, but it was never going to happen because my life was the fact that by then I had a wife, a child on the way. So it was never going to happen. And yeah, so you have to go down a different road.
Yeah.
And life is full of disappointments.
Well, yeah.
More disappointments than the peak, in my opinion. I mean, I admire people. There's in your chat, lady there saying about the fact that her son, I think, he's a labourer and he wants to become a joiner. Well, there are government grants for that because I used to take on government apprentices, and you have to apply for. If you can get somebody to take him on, the builder, carpenter, in particular, you can get a government grant. We used to do it all the time. Every year, we would take on 2 apprentices, and their wages are basically paid, and we would pay them back then. I think it was about $10.50 an hour.
Yeah.
And we would get paid about $12.50. Is this the one? 20K in debt. Went on the bill side to go because I need.
Mate, I'm well behind on this chart.
So we used to take them on, and we get paid by the government. So there are government grants for that. Yes, this lady here. The fact that if your son wants to become a carpenter or anything, you can apply. If you can get him in to take on a carpenter or not a builder. Don't go with a builder. Go with a carpenter, because a builder would be he'll still be just a general labourer. Go for a carpenter. Look for somebody, maybe a cabinet maker, and you can get a government grant for it. And he won't be earning £5 an hour, because that's below the minimum wage. He might get £11.50 an hour now, maybe below his £14, but it will give him his dream. It'll give him a chance. It'll give him a shout. So,
Well, I would fight his way to his dream.
well, if that's what he wants to do.
Well, I mean, I tell you what, there's a lot of people on Twitch and YouTube that fart in a bottle and sell it for like £1,000. So maybe, you could help him in that way. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what that one means, to be fair. But yeah, I'm just trying to catch up on this chat. But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I get a bit animated on the money thing, as you've seen. It is something that really is really something that winds me up, the money side of things, because I'm just not about money, and I've said from the start of doing my channel that if I get monetized, I don't want you doing super chats. I said it from the very start of when I started doing this, because I'm just not about that. Don't get me wrong, could do with it, but I'm just not. I'm not that way shaped. Like I say, I'm not. I did do the get a wife and a white picket fence. I mean, I killed most of my exes. They're all buried in the back garden. So, they didn't make the cut. So they get spade round the head and I bury them. And that's that. So, I mean, I'm just not that way made. I've never had money, so I don't really. I know how to live without it. So, you know what I mean? I think that's more my take on it to yours.
Don't know, man. Don't know. I think the whole thing's just fucking tits up, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it's fucked up because everybody's trying to make money and they're going on YouTube and they're doing stupid shit and all this kind of stuff to try and make more money and this, that, and the other. Me and you are just doing what we are doing. Yeah. I totally understand the fact that, if you got offered 5 million, you would look after your daughters and all this, that, and the other. I get that completely. Yeah. And there's people I'd want to look after, but there's also people that would know what my stance is on this kind of thing. And they would totally go, I understand totally why you didn't take that. If I did take that, then I would totally help them out and make sure they was all right and everything like that. If I won the lottery, I've always said I'll make sure my mum and dad's all right, that they can go on holiday every fucking 3 weeks or whatever and all that kind of stuff. But the rest of it, I would fucking give away. And I've always said that. Never been any different. And I ain't got fuck all, mate. I ain't got a pot to piss in. It's just the way I am. I don't like it. I don't like the drive for money and all this, that, and the other. If people do, people do. At the end of the day, everybody's different. But it's just I'm keeping my stance on the fact that I ain't about that.
Yeah, I get you what you're saying. I hear what you're telling me. I do like having a lifestyle that I've worked very, very hard for.
Which is fair play.
And I have worked my bloody nuts off to do it. And my wife still works now. I mean, I've retired, but she's at work now. She'll be home in an hour, and then we're going to be able to enjoy a nice Christmas together with our girls here, our grandchildren, and have a nice time. But that's something that we didn't set a target on. We didn't. It was the fact that I was offered an opportunity when I got my redundancy, and I decided I'm going to do this. And it was hard. It was bloody hard. I can tell you there was times, I'm not going to lie to you, that there was times when I had to go to my parents and borrow money because of cash flow. Because I literally didn't have money when I was on my own. I had no other employee. I was on my own, and I had no money to pay the bill at the merchants because of people hadn't paid me. Right? They hadn't, I was owed money, and I didn't have the money. I didn't have money to put diesel in the van. I didn't have money to pay the mortgage, and it was a horrible, horrible time. But as you get, the first 2 years was a bloody nightmare, serious nightmare, scary. There's many nights so I'd be not sleeping because I was like, oh fucking hell, I've got this job tomorrow. How am I? How am I going to get the materials? I ain't got the money to pay.
Yeah.
And it was a horrendous time. And that went on for like 2 years, and then gradually it started to move on. My first employee helped more, so I could get more work, and it builds. That's how it escalates. But Yeti, I can tell you, man, at the age of 38, that's when I started losing all my hair. I had hair like you. But stress, and that's why I've got health problems now, because of the stress involved of work.
Yeah.
When I had my first heart attack 9 years ago, very minor, it was stress. The doctors and the cardiologist said you're suffering severe stress, and it's purely because of worry and all that crap. So it's a tough time, man. Tough time.
Well, I'll just ask you a question, right? And this is to everybody in the chat as well. But I mean, I've lost half of the chat, to be honest. I'm catching up with it. But do you think life would be better without money?
I think too much at times, yeah. Thinking what everyone wants more. But I'll also say this. There's a lot of people that expect more and aren't prepared to work for it.
Do you think there'd be a lot of better people on the planet without money?
Don't know. That's a very, very interesting question. You're always going to have something to barter with.
Well, you could just barter with yourself, couldn't you, really? I mean, you offer yourself to somebody and give them the respect and help them out and stuff like that. Maybe you could barter with help.
That leaves weaker people open to abuse.
Well, yeah, it leaves people open to abuse in that respect. But the fact of the matter is, if there wasn't money, there wouldn't be any abuse, would there? Because nobody would be in different factions.
No, because if you and I, right, as men, went and said, right, I'll barter you for this, whatever, yeah, you're always going to get the unscrupulous person, if it was a woman, right, yeah, who's going to say, oh yeah, you can have that for sex. And that's how life has been for thousands of years.
Yeah, but most of the time women do that for sex, it's for money.
Huh?
Most of the time women do that, it's for money. Do you not think people would be different if there wasn't any money?
If there's no money, right? No money involved. There's no money in the world, right? And a woman goes to, let's say, a fishmonger, right?
Right. Fishmonger's interesting, yeah.
And says, "Oh, I need to buy 3 cod." Right? And the guy says, "Well, what have you got?" And she says, "Well, what do you want? What I've got, there's no money in the
Why
world."
would you need to barter anyway? Because everything would be free.
Well, how do you barter without having any money?
Well, you don't need to barter.
Well, then if this guy's been out on his boat, right, and he's caught all of his fish, he's not going to give them to you for nothing.
Because he loves you for humanity and that everybody's on the same level.
No, come on, that's never going to happen.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's ever going to happen. I'm just saying if there wasn't money, if you didn't think about money or you didn't think about gain, then, you would do it.
Yeah, but that's not in your human nature, is it?
I don't know. It is in the human nature because there's a lot of people that actually think that way.
No, never happened.
This is what I'm saying. There's a divide. There's a lot of people that think about helping others, and a lot of people think about helping each other for money. There's a divide.
People only think about helping others, Yeti, if they've got money.
Yeah, well, like I said, but if there was no money, then they wouldn't be thinking about doing it for money, would they?
Yeah, but for how many thousands of years have people wanted to do something for gain? They wanted to do it for gain.
You're always going to want to do it for gain, but maybe do it for gain of thinking of yourself a little bit higher and thinking that you're, a decent, nice person. Instead of actually thinking about doing it because of what somebody can give you.
Do you honestly think a world could actually go around, right? It's a great question you've asked. It's a great question. That everybody will go around the world, yeah, and everybody's equal. No, there's always going to be.
Do you think people would stop inventing things if there weren't any money in it? If there's if somebody's got a creativity of inventing something, they're going to keep inventing things.
Wants to be bigger than you because they will always want to be.
We only have that because of money.
Because there's naturally in some people's brains, right? It's natural in the fact that they're going to say, "I want to be better than you, so I'm going to be in charge."
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point, but I mean, is that exactly the way it go? I mean, I don't know because we have money, so you can't put it down to any fact.
No money in the world. No money at all. There's nothing. No money. It's all gone. It's all gone to outer space.
Well, it never existed.
So the Cronkies, everybody, we're all skin. We've got nothing, right? We've got no money at all. Yeah. There will always be somebody that will rise out and say, "I'll barter with you, but I want this back."
Do you think that's just part of human nature anyway?
Yeah, it is. It is part of human nature.
Well, I say that there's no
rises to the top. It's the cream rises to the top. At the end of the day, you and me, right, and Mama Flossie and Kudos and people in the chat here, there could be Early Doors, there could be whoever, doesn't matter, right? 10 of us. There's only 10 of us, and we all live in one island, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we all say we've got absolutely fuck all, right? We've basically got basic clothes we've made out of bear skins or whatever, yeah. You're a fisherman, right? I'm a carpenter. Well, I'm chopping down trees to make mud huts and things. Mama Floss is doing all the weaving around the thing and the thatching, and Early Doors is the herdsman. He's looking after the sheep and the cows and the goats, right? Kenny Ken is looking after all the vegetables. Yeah.
Right.
We got a little community, so we're all happy, right? Down the road, 100 miles away, yeah, we've got another group of people, and they've got a community, and they come up walking up to us and say, "Oh, lovely! Oh, we'd like some of your sheep. We haven't got any." Oh, we go, "Well, what are you going to give us then?" Well, we've got 10 chickens. Nah, that ain't good enough. These sheep are bigger than your chickens.
Well, I would hope so.
That's how it works. That's how it works. So
Yeah, but at the same point, mate, there's tribes in the world that don't take part in anything that we do, money wise or anything like that, and they live happily enough.
But
whether they do bartering or whatever they do, I don't know. But they live happily enough without any of it.
That is bartering. That's medieval bartering. Like when they used to have tokens. They didn't have money, they had tokens. Right? And they'd like, right, okay, 10 sheep for your 10 chickens for your one sheep. That's a token. Yeah. At market. That's how it worked. It wasn't money, it was a token.
And yeah, but isn't that all the history that we've just been told?
No. You can never ever get away with the fact that somebody will want something more.
So I don't agree with that.
No, the man that walks into your village, right, and he says, "I want to buy one of your sheep, and I've got 10 chickens," and you go, "Nah, I want 20," and you'll go, "All right, yeah, I'll give you 20 chickens for your one sheep," and he walks off with your sheep. So you've gained 20 chickens. So out of that 20 chickens, next day you've got 20 eggs. So those 20 eggs, you've now got 20 eggs, right? And you're going to say, "Oh, okay." Ooh. So you say to me, you say to Kenny, you say to Early Doors, you say to Mama Flossie.
I don't think they was around in medieval times.
That's how it works. Because at the end of the day, you'll say, "Well, I've got these 20 bloody eggs. What are you going to give me for them?"
20 bloody.
So I've then got to say to you, as a carpenter, "Oh, well, I'll make you a front door." So your house, your mud hut, right, which you're living in, it's now got a front door, a nice oak front door. So now you're the top boy. You're the top man in the village. Hey, look at my front door. Ha 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 ha. Matey boy from the village comes back a week later. Yeti, I want another sheep. And you turn around and say, "Yeah, price has gone up, mate. It's 25 chickens now." That's how it works.
Well, I mean, is that the way it's going to work? I mean, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, you know more than me on the how many chickens you have to give to somebody for a front door. But I mean, to me, it's just like money is like, as I've said, the root of all evil. I think we'll be far better people without it. Just like I say, look at the tribes. I mean, they're fine. Don't have TV, don't have none of that. How would you know about any of it if it didn't exist? You've got a point on the fact that people would want to certain people would want to actually go to the top of the cream rises to the top and all this, that, and the other. If that's what the way humanity is, that's fine. But at the end of the day, it's just like I said, it's not for me.
No, yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm just trying to give you a view on it. And the other point, of course, is when the Romans came to Britain, yeah, they brought in a monetary system
Mm.
because basically Britain was an uncivilized existence. They brought in, I don't know if democracy is the right word, but they brought in a system of a monetary system,
Mm.
that educated people. Yeah, as remember says, Romans used tokens.
Yeah.
So it brought in a standard, because going back to my dictation, if you came into my village and said, well, I want that sheep for 10 chickens, and I said to you, well, actually it's 15 now, you just give me a bloody sword in the stomach
Mm.
and say, well, sod you, mate, I'm off, I've got my sheep, and I'll move on. So now who's the big boy? The man that's just killed you.
Mm. Mm.
That's yeah, here you go. Feudalism.
Oh yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I just don't. I think if it was never even there, then we wouldn't even be thinking about it, and we wouldn't even be doing it. And it's all right, keep going into history, but history is always written by the victor. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I mean, we see all this history about this, that, and the other. History always like gives you something that you shouldn't be, or something like that. You know, I mean, it's like the Bible. You know, the Bible's written, the whatever you call it, Quran or whatever. Yeah, and it's written to a point where we have to go in a certain way. And you know, is that real? Is it not? I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm not talking about fucking chickens and all that kind of shit. I'm talking about fucking money, and I don't have no respect for it. So, you know, that was kind of my point of view. I mean, then you started going on about chickens and stuff, whereas before you was going on about turkeys. But
I
anyway, that
like
changed to chickens. So there you go.
I like chickens. I like turkeys. So
Yeah, exactly. 100%. I just, at the end of the day, I think the world would be a hell of a lot better place without it. That's just my personal point of view.
I get that. I get that. But unfortunately, let me throw this one in. And before we stop this argument, right?
This it's not an argument, mate. It's just a
No,
discussion.
debate. It's a good debate as well. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So you've got a village, right? Mama Flossie's there with you, Hot Fuzz, and you've got Early Doors, and you've got a few other people there with you, right? Yeah. Rosie's there with you as well, and it's all happiness. It's all great. It's all happy, right? And I come along. I'm a rambling type of guy, like I am, total idiot. And I say to you guys, can I come and join your party? I want to move in here. And you'll say, yeah, it's great. Yeah, nice to meet you, mate. Lovely. What are you bringing to the party? And I say, nothing.
What, has you got no chickens?
And I say, no. I've come here for nothing. I'm not bringing anything to you, but I'll live off you. Other side of the coin now, isn't it?
Mm.
So you're now looking at me saying, who the fuck are you? Who are you? You've just joined us, and you know where I'm coming from here on this, right? You know where I'm coming from. So I've just walked into your village on my donkey, and I said,
Right.
no, I've got nothing to offer you at all. No, I've got no trade. I can't work. I've got a bad back. But you guys will look after me, won't you? What are you going to say to me? Fuck off.
Yeah,
There you go.
maybe.
So there's always two sides to every story.
100%, 100%.
I get what you're telling me, and I love it. But there's also always going to be the people that want to ponce off you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I tell you what. I tell you now, right? There is no YouTube channel out there that has had this discussion ever about chickens and donkeys and all that kind of stuff. There is, well, I mean, they might have had stories about chickens and donkeys, so that probably been on OnlyFans, but you know, it's been an interesting conversation in that respect. And, you know, like I say, I've got my points of view on it. You've got your points of view on it. I don't always take history as like a mainstay thing because, like I've said, history is always created by the victor. So it's always going to be in that respect. I think if there's a lot of people on this planet that have a different point of view to like getting one up on everybody and all that kind of thing. There's certain people that have that point of view, but there's a hell of a lot of people that don't have that point of view, and I think that's been proved in the last 5-10 years. That there is a lot of people that don't have that kind of point of view where they want to get above you, they want to actually help people instead of actually trying to help people to get somewhere and stuff like that. And 100% because I know a hell of a lot of them. You know, I don't know all of them, obviously, but I know there is a lot of people support the position what I'm talking about. Money to me is a it basically what word am I looking for? It basically creates your destiny, you know, because that's what you're striving to achieve all the time. Whereas what you should be striving to achieve is being the best person that you can be, you know. But that's just my point of view.
No, I get it. And I've got to sit here because I'm looking at some of the comments and they're classics, absolute classics. And the one thing about your channel is it's always diversity
Mm.
and it's fun
Mm.
because you can have a debate and the chat can have a debate, but it's done in a nice way.
Yeah.
Because I came up with some facts.
Yeah.
Your theory was great, but unfortunately, I just shot you down.
Well, you came up with some facts, but facts are based on history, which is not really facts, is it? It's just what we've been told.
No,
So.
they weren't based on facts. They came out of my head.
And we all know what comes out your head. So
Yeah,
there we go.
a load of bollocks, basically. Let's be right with it. Yeah. You know, it's a load of bullshit, but there you go. It's a fun chat. That's what you get on the Yeti's channel. So
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
go smash the subs and likes on the Yeti's channel.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. I'll tell you what, guys, we'll call it here. We've been going like nearly 3 hours, 50 minutes now. So,
Just
you
one more thing. Just one more thing.
know, fuck off.
Just one more thing.
Go on then.
Give me your prediction for the game at the weekend.
1-0 or 2-1.
Fair enough.
That's it. That's the only thing I can give you on that. But do you want to shout your channel out, Jez?
Sorry?
Do you want to shout your channel out?
Oh, yeah. Arsenal history and more.
Just one more thing, Jez.
Yeah, I knew I fucking knew it.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on, shout
Yeah.
your channel.
Tomorrow night, people, come and join in. It's going to be a right laugh. We're doing a Christmas show. Yeti's on with Mama Flossie, Early Doors, Kenny Ken, Dow, TJ Warren. It's and a couple of others. It's going to be a laugh. It's just purely a laugh. We're going to talk football, but we're going to talk about Christmas. We're going to talk about what you're doing for Christmas, what you're cooking. We're going to talk about cooking turkeys. Very important. I want to compare recipes because I'm on this one. I'm really on this one. Yeah, it's going to be something new on the channel, talking about cooking a turkey and cooking all kinds of stuff like roast potatoes. Because I've got a new way that I've been told of doing new potato roast potatoes. So come over, I'll educate you because I'm now a chef. I've watched a million Christmas cooking shows, and I'm going to get some advice off Mama, and I'm going to get some advice off the Yeti. I'm not going to take Yeti too
Don't
seriously.
ask me about cooking, mate. You've got
Seriously.
no joke.
But yeah, it's going to be it's just going to be a laugh, people. It's a Merry Christmas show where we're going to have a chat, have a laugh, have a giggle, have a drink, and there we go, mate. Thank you for having me on once again.
No worries, man. Anytime. And I tell you what, we've learned a lot of things tonight. Jez is deluded, and he just goes back to history all the time, and instead of facts. But that's just Jez. And it's been a great chat. It's been awesome. Different things have been brought up. I did get a bit animated about the money thing because that's just the way I am. I think things could be a lot different without it, but it's all about conversation and stuff like that. And I like to have people on that talk utter shit like Jez. And big up to Jez. Make sure you go on to that Christmas show tomorrow because it's going to be awesome. And also, guys, make sure if anybody has any issues or anything like that, drop me a fucking message on LongHaired Yeti Instagram. If you're getting bullied or whatever like that, let me know, and I'll and we can have a chat about it and try and sort things out and stuff. Because I'm here to help people. I don't want no money for it because I'm a normal human being. Jez ain't. But big up to everybody, and we're going to end it here. So, guys, you know what? What do I say? I mean, I can't fault you enough. I didn't keep up with the chat. I apologise for that. He talks bollocks. Yeah, well, I learned from the best, which is you. So, I can't really fault that, to be honest. And big up to everybody that comes into this channel, everybody that watches it afterwards. Hope you have a great time watching it. And, big up to everybody, man. And we are leaving now. So, you know what? Fuck off.
Just one more
Fuck
thing.
off.
Just one more
No,
thing.
fuck off.
Just one more thing. Are you having turkey on Christmas Day?
No, mate. What we're doing actually is we've decided that we're going to chuck my mum in the oven and we're going to eat her instead.
Cool, nice.
So yeah, we're gonna stuff her and we're gonna eat her. And if she actually watches this channel, then I am dead. So I won't be around for New Year's Eve. I'll tell you what though, I forgot about this. Yeah, just one more thing. New Year's Eve. I'm thinking of doing a stream where I can have like 10 people on if you're interested. And definitely want you on, definitely want everybody else on. So we do a New Year's Eve, New Year's Eve stream. Yeah. If
Yeah,
you're interested in that, then
I won't be able to jump on for the whole stream.
mm,
'Cause we've got a party going on, but
yeah,
I'll certainly join you.
mm,
I'll certainly join.
absolutely. We're doing New Year's stream as well. If anybody wants to come on, Rosie, I know you want to like do the YouTube thing. So if you want to do a private stream or whatever, go onto my Instagram or whatever, and I'll sort something out. We'll do a one-on-one, or we'll have Mama Flossie in there as well, so you can get comfortable being on camera and stuff like that. And anybody else, whatever. I'm not going to put loads of people on it because obviously it's Rosie's first fucking thing. So we'll sort that out as well. But to the rest of you, 100% love you, absolutely. I know I normally say one more thing and bye, but this time I'm going to say one more thing. Fuck.